Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to the show. How's everyone doing? Happy Sunday. I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's the first day of August. Wow. We made it. We thank God for life. We thank God for good health. Thank you everyone, my Obodo fam. Especially I did throw a salute to all my Obodo fam in the UK. Those who turned out yesterday. And those who supported Ella one way or the other, I still want to use this opportunity to thank you all for yesterday. London Bridge was lit. It was really fun. And it was a great opportunity to network, to meet fans and, just meet one another and get to know each other. Thank you so much, everyone. You're welcome to tonight's show. Can I please ask that you subscribe if you are not already subscribed to the channel? Subscribe, support us. Subscription is completely free. You do not pay. Some people still don't know. If you are watching from television, my people, you cannot subscribe on TV. Oh. So use your phone. Please go on YouTube on your phone and subscribe. And if you hit on the bell sign, you get notification whenever I come online. You cannot also comment when you are watching from television. A lot of people keep saying, how do I comment? How do I come into the studio? So we have a virtual studio, which is like Zoom that we use. So we don't connect through phone. It's like a Zoom. So we use link to come into the studio. And the only way you can have access to that link is if you use your tablet, your phone, or a laptop. It wouldn't show on television because YouTube does not show comments on television. You need to see the comment section for you to see the link when we want people to join. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Give this video a thumbs up and then we just gonna get on with it. I see you in the comment section. I salute you. I appreciate you. I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for another day. So I've got a young woman in the studio. Her name is Joy and she lives in Canada and she has come to talk to us tonight about her experience. She wants to share, hopefully, I ask you guys to please have an open mind or have an open heart. It's not to shame anybody. It's not to, drag anybody. This is because she desperately needs help. Okay? And she's just going to share her personal experience. Please do not ask for the other person to come and speak. This is not a court. I'm not a lawyer. You are not a jury. This is just a platform where we bring people to share their own personal experience. Okay. So I ask that you respect her and do not ask questions that you shouldn't be asking. Do not try to shade her in any way. We all make mistakes. Please respect her. Okay. She's vulnerable at the moment. So I know that a lot of you who are here, regulars, you know the rules already. We block any negative comments. We don't allow abuse as we have zero tolerance for abuse on this platform. Whether you are watching now or you're going to catch this up later on playback, if you leave a negative comment, I will block and delete it. And you will not be able to comment on my videos anymore. Okay, because we are trying to make it a safe place where people do not feel like they are going to be judged when they come to share their story. This is her story. You are not there. Okay, so don't come here and say she's lying or whatever. This is not your experience. This is her experience. So I beg, make everybody just respect her and allow her. No judgment. Just allow her to share, and then we'll see how we can rally that around her with God helping us, so that she can be okay. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you to my usual, the usual suspects. My usual suspects that are always here. I see you. Chilled Power. Miss Peace. I see you. I salute all of you. Thank you very much. So help me to welcome Joy. Hello, Joy.
Hi, and today,
You're
good,
welcome, my dear.
yes, good afternoon.
Good evening. Here isn't it? It's good evening here where we are.
I'm,
But yeah, you're welcome, sweetie. How are you doing?
I'm fine, I thank God.
Okay. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. And how are you feeling?
It is tough. My mind is fancy.
Don't worry.
I don't know. how to describe how I'm feeling anyway.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
all right. As usual, it's not easy coming to an online platform like this to share your own personal experience because we come from a culture that is hush hush. Okay, our culture is hush hush. Cover it up. Don't say anything. Keep quiet. But thank God for this generation. This is Sorosoke generation. People are saying no. We are no longer dying in silence. We are going to speak up. We're going to get help. So, and by the grace of God, 99.9% of the people that are on this platform are very supportive. Okay, so don't worry, just relax and try to compose yourself. Remember why you are here, and yeah, let's just get on with it. So tell us a little bit about yourself, your situation, and why we're here today.
Okay, my name is Joy. I am originally from Nigeria, and I have two kids. They are all boys. I have a 15-year-old boy. He is back in Nigeria. I had him when I was after my secondary school. Then I later got married in to this guy, and I moved into Canada 2019. So
Okay, how did you meet him? How did you meet
o-
this
okay,
your
so in
husband?
17, I met my husband on Facebook.
Oh, I see. It's Facebook.
Yes, he said
What
Facebook.
was he in Canada and you were in Nigeria?
I was in Nigeria. Then
I see.
I was in Abuja working in Nigeria with the federal government in Nigeria.
Okay.
So I became his friend on Facebook in January. So we were just casual friends. Like we never had any talk till November. We started talking.
Mm-hmm.
When we started talking in November, that's same 2017. So he was always condemning women. Women are this, women are that. So I was like, he shouldn't be generalizing women, especially he'll be saying that women that are not from your own place, your own community, they are this, they are that. So
Hmm.
one day he mentioned it to me that if he said that he has children, that me, I'm not even going to marry him. So and I laughed and I asked him that, but we never talked anything about dating, not even to talk about marriage. Does he have kids? He said, yes, he has kids. He has two children. I said, okay, that's good. That kids, and I told him that kids are blessings from God. So you don't just say that because you have kids, then somebody is not going to marry you. I also have a boy. So, and that was how we started communicating. And he said that, okay, can we take this relationship to another level? I say, of course, if you want us to take it to another level. So I asked him the past relationship, what happened, and he told me that the reason why they got separated was because that they met here in Canada. They got separated because they did a traditional marriage back home. Both of them were here. It was their parents that actually met to do the traditional for them. So they did a common law here in Canada, and they had two children. But because the woman never loves his family, and any woman that comes into his life that does not have any love for his family, there is no way the relationship is going to work because he's a family man. So we got talking, and he asked me if I have any visa, US, UK, or Canada. I say I have none because I have applied for US, Canada, but I never got any.
Okay, Joy, before we proceed to the other bit of it, I want to unpick something you just said
Hmm.
because to me it sounds like a red flag, and this is what we are trying to teach on this platform how women can identify when they are flags. We call them red flags. You
Yes.
said that he's always talking negatively about women,
Yeah.
especially women that are not from his ethnic background.
Yeah.
Yeah? Give me an example of something he said or something he did that you consider that negative
Yeah. He will
against women. Mm.
say that once you don't marry a woman from most women, when they marry you, they only want to come to you, take your money to their parents, use your money to make sure that their parents are living very comfortable while your own parents are not going to benefit from it. That he know a couple of people that are here in Canada and other places that got married to Igbos. He was calling different languages like that. That
Mm-hmm.
their siblings don't even come to their home, and
Mm-hmm.
he is not that kind of person. That those people they don't even go to their own village. When it is time to go to Nigeria, they rather go to their wife's home than going to their village. So that him, nobody can even do that. No woman will ever do that to him. So that if he's getting married to you, is either you adapt to what he wants you to be, or the marriage is not going to work.
Okay, so that was a red flag there. So I don't know if you are familiar with this term, misogyny. Misogynists are people who have a dislike or contempt. Is ingrained. It's not because of their own personal experience, or one woman has broke their heart, or one woman did something to them. It's just something that is a prejudice they hold against women.
Yeah,
So from what you are saying, it seems to me like this brother has some prejudice against women who are not from his own ethnic background,
yeah,
right? Are you from the same ethnic background in Nigeria?
yes,
Okay, so that rules out the one of saying no woman will take me to their village, no woman will take me to their place. It has
yeah,
to be my way or the highway.
yeah. But his first was not from his place.
Okay,
Yeah.
so carry on with. So he was asking you about visa, and then what happened?
That so I told him I've been to all these some of the African countries, but I've never been to any of other place. So he said, okay, now let's try to get a Canada visa, because when you want to start a relationship with somebody, it's always good for you to. And since because we are meeting on Facebook, we have to meet one on one to see if we are compatible before we can know the next step. So there and there, we started proceeding the visa thing. So I was able to secure a visa. So before we even secured a visa, his mom was supposed to come over here. So because the ex gave birth to a second while they were no longer together. So the mom was actually coming for Omugo, but he didn't tell me that. So he told me that he needed to send money, that the mom sent him a list of stuff that she needed to buy over 500K. That he was just complaining and complaining. So at the end of it all, he one day down was telling me that, oh, his paycheck is this, his paycheck is that. If he's trying to see if the guy that changes money for him will be able to send the money, then he will not give the guy the on the paycheck. So as we were talking, he now said that, oh, if I have the money, that he doesn't like borrowing money from women at all, especially somebody that's dating. So that if I have the 200, if I have 200K, I should give the mother to buy. That is what he can actually afford at that moment.
He said he doesn't like borrowing money from women,
Yeah.
but
So
he was asking you if you had the money to give to his mother.
exactly,
Is this a gift or borrow?
he said borrowed.
Okay.
So and I said, okay, no problem. I did borrow the money. I sent the money, the 200,000. So when I sent the 200,000 on the day of traveling, she came to Abuja. She was even in my place. So when she now came, we came to the airport. When it was time for her to go, she was going on a BA. So she has a lot of luggage. So he
Mm-hmm.
said that the ticket they bought for her was a business class ticket. So even when I thought it was actually a business class ticket. So with seeing all those load, I thought that okay, that's those load were actually going to actually um be okay with the business class ticket. Getting to the airline, they now said that it was an economy ticket. So and there was so much load. We tried to reduce and everything. So the woman was like, she wasn't happy. So the next thing he said that, oh, that he's trying to pay with his credit cards, he's doing this and that. If I can pay, I see, because extra luggage at the airport is 200 then was 225 US dollars. So I didn't have the dollars, so I used my MasterCard to pay in naira, about 70 something thousand naira.
So
So
you paid for all the excess luggage for the mother to be able to carry everything.
yes, so I was able to.
Okay.
The one
Okay.
I carry, I returned it back to home. So she came and she stayed over like almost 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So when she stayed for 6 months, but at this point in time, the ex was, they were separated. They were no longer together.
Mm-hmm.
So the Umuga that she was actually coming to didn't actually work out because she ended up staying in the son's house.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when I now finally got my visa in May, because I did the application in April 2018. So my visa came out in May. I was given a 4 years visa. So
Right.
when I got this 4 years visa, I had a promotion to go through back home then. So I told him that this time is I have to write a promotion first before I can come. And again, the is summer period and tickets are actually expensive right now. So let's leave after the promotion, after the summer, then probably I can now come over. He said, no, 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 no. That is too long. That's too long. You know, the mother came back, even when the mother came back, because he would just tell me, he would just comment that, oh, so person needs so money. If I can send the money to the person, if I can do this, if I can do that.
What level were you in the civil service at that time?
I was on grade level 10.
Level 10. So you're a senior civil servant.
Yes.
Okay. Go on.
So I now told him that, okay, that what is going to happen. So he would just tell me that, okay, can you send 20,000 to those social person? Can you send 30,000 to social person? You know, I
Wait,
was,
hold on, Joy. Let me ask you. This
yes,
is a guy you've never met.
yes,
Okay, because I'm not trying to blame you. Sometimes we think we are in love, women. When
yes,
somebody has our Momo button, we can do anything, right? A guy you've never met, you met him on Facebook.
mm,
Okay, he's from your tribe, but he's asking you give 200,000 to my mother, pay for excess luggage, give money to this, and you have never ever met this man. Did you not think in your at that time that the way this guy is asking me to spend money now, were you comfortable doing that?
yeah. You know, something made me, the reason why I was now doing that, those other ones was because when I was supposed to come, we have to use for something, getting a visa. I said that, okay, I have to come for a course in related to where I was working.
Yeah.
And when I now look for the course, the cheapest one was 1,500 US dollars. So he said that he was going to pay for that course. That I shouldn't.
Canadian dollars.
No, 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 US.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be in US dollars. So
Okay.
he paid for the US the course with his
Mm-hmm.
card. So
Okay.
when I now saw that commitment, I now look at it that, oh, with this thing I've now become, at least do me do you, because when he was doing that, he said that he's not going to ask me for anything. His help for contribution to help me get the visa is for him to do the cost thing for me, so that I won't have to start stressing myself to get um money to
Visa.
the
Mm-hmm.
other. So that was why I have to like
Okay. Go
do all.
ahead.
Now
Okay.
when it was time for buying the ticket, I wasn't having enough money. I had some money, but I didn't just want to like take the money to go and buy tickets. So we'll go on talking about the ticket thing. So he told me that, oh, he has somebody in Toronto that usually buy tickets, that he's going to contact the guy. So he called the guy, and he now told me that, oh, he called the guy, and this guy says that tickets is that he can be able to get a ticket for 370,000 naira. So if I actually had the money, I say, okay, if it is 370,000, I have it. So
So
he
you
got,
paid for the ticket to come to
yes,
Canada.
yes, I paid.
Okay. Because of time, we're going to be fast forwarding. I told you the story has to be summarized, otherwise, we extend. So it's only significant events I want you to
Yeah,
talk about.
they did
All right.
that ticket. Yes, they did that. One thing, they did that ticket to Toronto, not to the province that I was coming. Unfortunately,
Right.
so when
Okay.
I have to pay for another ticket by myself, because instead of him to tell me that he cannot get another ticket, he keep on telling me that, oh, he's putting his credit card and it's not working. This, that, and that, and
What
all.
kind of credit card does not work?
I
What
don't
kind of credit card does not work? Hey, see story.
know. At point in time, and I to
The pin loss.
because I was having 800K for my own shopping, that when I come, I will do my own shopping by myself. So I said that no problem. When I come, I'll do. So that was how I paid. When I got to Toronto, I was able to pay for the tickets. I used like thousand naira to pay for the ticket to the province where he is. So he paid
Okay.
and everything. So after everything, when I came, I was left with 600,000. And even as at this, he will say that, oh, so person, king, one of the king's men wants money like this. Oh, he's building a house in Nigeria. He needed to. The workers are disturbing. They want money. This, if I can do that, I say the only money I have here is because I brought this. These are the things I want to buy. I said that no problem. When I'm before I leave, you give me my money back to buy those things. Do
You
you?
you you missed something there. You told me when we were talking yesterday that the day you got to Canada, he was not there to meet you at the airport.
That was in. I came for visit. Went back in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, this was the first trip that I actually came. And
Okay.
so this one, we're not married
You're not married yet.
yet. We're just dating. So I just came in to like see him, for him to see me and one on one, able to see if we can actually take it from there. So when I came after everything, on before I was going to leave, he sent $700 to his brother to come and meet me, that I should take the $700 for the shopping. And I asked myself, what will I buy with $700? Because dollar was not as this like this, but at least the money that he was saying I should send that ended up going was more than that. So why would he give me $700? That I should do is that he's going to come back because he works outside the city where he is actually staying. So I ended up buying things in Walmart because that was what I could afford. Because I have a bunch of people that I wanted. Because one, my mother, my siblings, I have like six siblings that I needed to buy things for. Then myself, then my son as well. So I ended up doing that. Finally, I returned back to Nigeria. So when I got back to Nigeria, he
So
called.
you couldn't do the shopping that you planned because your money you came to Canada with for that visit had depleted at
Yes,
that time. So you ended up buying cheap stuff and then you returned. Okay, tell us about when you finally came to join. Okay, what was your observation of
yes.
this man when you were visiting? Because you stayed with him, right?
Yeah, there was a day he was flipping through his phone like that. I saw a naked picture in the phone. So I tried to ask him what was the picture. And when I was coming, I have this friend of mine that because me, I'm very I always I search somebody. If I have to search somebody, then I always try to look what the person is. I check out the person very well. So one of my friends, she's now in the UK. She told me the very day I got to Canada, she told me that Joy, I'm calling you today. As you're going into that place, please don't do any searching. If you want, you cannot get 100% man. So when she now told me that, I relaxed my mind. So when I saw that picture, I tried to ask him that, but he just said that I shouldn't worry, that it was a mistake. So I never bothered to check his phone, to check anything about him and all that. But something inside me was telling me, yeah, you say that. I don't really understand. And I came into Canada for the first time. I never went anywhere. I didn't
So
go. I didn't expect.
I'm asking about his character because you stayed with him.
Character he
His
was
character.
almost, yes, I stayed almost 1 month plus, but he wasn't violent to me. He was just he was fine. Everything was fine. So
Okay.
we never had any quarrel, we never had any argument or anything. So I didn't see any red flag concerning that. Oh, I have to watch very well. No.
Right. So let's jump to when you came back to Canada for
So
the second time.
when we now got back to Canada, the day, in fact, he was after the wedding and everything, he didn't even notify me that he was coming to Canada the day. Just I was just driving one day and I saw an email. When I now opened the email and I saw that it was a ticket, I called him. Which ticket am I seeing? He says,
Did he come to Nigeria to marry you?
yes, he did come. There's
Okay.
so much drama before, because the first time that they fixed the wedding, it was cancelled because he didn't buy a ticket on time. So, and it was Christmas period. By the time he wanted to buy the ticket, not it didn't it never worked for him.
His credit card didn't work.
We have to postpone the wedding. So he now told me that in this period, because when I came into Canada, he bought an iPhone 7 Plus for me in a fairly used from somebody. So when I now left, I lost the iPhone in the church because while we're dating back home, that was when I started seeing the red flags.
After you got married,
Before the marriage.
you saw red flags before you got married.
Yes, I actually saw a lot of red flags because
Give us some examples.
yeah, the red flag I was seeing, any little thing, he gets so angry. He will be talking to me on the phone. He will tell me that, oh, he's not coming to Nigeria. He's not even coming to Nigeria for weddings because of his project that he's coming to Nigeria. That I shouldn't be telling people. First of all, he told me to leave the Facebook.
He told you to leave Facebook. That's usually a red flag, guy. It's a big one.
Yes.
A big one. Remember, Ella said that
Mm.
her own Mongo Park told her to leave Facebook. Any man that tells you to leave social media, red
Yeah.
flag, ladies, red flag.
So
Okay?
he told me to leave the Facebook. I said, why will I leave Facebook? Because before the marriage, we did a bridal shower. And during this bridal shower, it was my friend that even posted pictures and tagged me and everything, because he was actually into a lot of girls like that. So he never wanted anybody to know that this is what is happening. And me too, I never actually told anybody that, oh, this is the person I'm dating, this is somebody I'm getting married to. And
Somebody is asking in the comment section, Joy,
yeah,
that you saw red flags before the marriage, but you still went ahead and married him. Why did you do that?
yeah, sometimes when you want to marry, you don't want to like hear because of appointment, you face and all that. By the time you get out, that was why I was even telling myself that sometimes it's not how early you get it.
So you felt pressured to get married because you're already a single mother.
Yes.
Okay.
And because back home, a lot of guys that will come, they will look at me that, oh, you have a son and he's a boy, all that. And when I met him, he made me feel that my son never had issue with him until we got married.
Yeah. Okay. That's a very
So
good reason because pressure to marry, somebody had already pointed it out here that single parents, if the stigma of being a single mother is taken off, then the pressure to marry will not be so high. Unfortunately, this is what it is today in Nigeria. In some other African countries, it's not like that. I find when I went to Kenya, being a single mother was not stigmatized as much as it is in Nigeria. Pressure is a real reason why women are jumping into very bad relationship that they already know
yeah.
that there's red flags. Okay, fast forward.
Do you know that Auntie B on after the wedding, my friend now posted because I was no longer on Facebook. My friend
Was
now
it a secret wedding? I didn't hear that. Was your
no
wedding a secret wedding?
was not he wanted it a secret wedding. That was why he didn't want anything because the day he was coming to Nigeria, he called me 4 days to his arrival to Nigeria. And that was when they were doing presidential election for the second term election of uh,
Wow.
Barry. So he was saying that he was coming home for election. He never tell anybody that he was coming home for the marriage. The wedding card that I even gave his family, nobody shared the wedding card. So I was the one that was actually giving it and making sure that because I felt that I don't want to. I have been committed to a lot of my friends' wedding and everything, and people I don't know, but people do always say that I'm a very generous person, that I'm always ready to go to any level for anybody, so everybody was like they're waiting for my day. So I really wanted my friends, my co-workers to like attend my wedding, but I couldn't get that because by the time he told me he was coming home and everything, I said that I wasn't going to do it. But his mother called me and told me that because all this thing that he will be doing, I'll run back to the mother. The mother now told me that, oh, that me, I shouldn't worry, that I should look at her, that it's because it's a distance. That is why his son is behaving like that. I don't go to church. If I even go to church, I will have to leave my phone on.
Distance is supposed to make the relationship easier, to be sweeter. It's not meant to make it more difficult. It's when you live with somebody that is harder. So, what's the mother talking about?
So when after the wedding, do you know that this lady called Jaruma?
Yeah.
Somebody called me and told me that she saw my wedding picture and my husband on Jaruma's page. So I didn't know. I didn't even know who Jaruma was or what is Jaruma. I went on Instagram. I Googled it, I checked it. And when I went on her page was private. So I
Yeah.
requested to follow her. Unfortunately, by the time I got into her page, they've already remove my page. So Jerima brought out my picture and said that this person was dating one of her person that is her customer, and the person promised the lady marriage. They even spoke like 3 days ago. So, and I really married to the person, you know. So, but I couldn't get that. So, the story was like I returned back on Facebook after that. So when I moved into Canada, the day I moved in, I left Nigeria and I came in. I was crying because my mother is sick. My mother had stroke. So, but during the wedding thing and everything, I couldn't have time because I waited for this guy to arrive at the airport. Friday morning on BA, I picked him. We drove to our place, and it's about from that Abuja to our place is like 7 hours. By the time we got to my village, it was 7 p.m. So I didn't even have time to do anything. In fact, by the time we got back to his own place, it was already 5 a.m. in the morning. Saturday, we were back to Abuja. Sunday, he was on the way coming back to Canada. So the
So it
whole
was a weekend thing. It was
it,
just one weekend. He didn't even spend time. Who
it,
paid for the wedding?
he paid the bride price, but every other thing, I was the one that did every other thing, food, the drinks, every other thing. I was the one that did it.
You won a medal now. You saw your Obodo husband.
That,
So
that
he
was
made you pay for it.
so.
Sorry, Joy. Okay, Joy, we still have a lot to cover. So
So now when I saw the ticket, I was crying. I came back. I just packed what I was able to pack to come over here. So I was already written to my organization that I was coming to school. So I was now working on that. So that because I didn't just want to leave my job back home
yes,
because
yes.
that job meant so much to me. In my whole family, I was the one that was like taking care of my younger ones, paying their fees, and including my sick mom. So
Hmm.
just want to like leave that behind
Yeah,
because I told my boss in the office that if this thing doesn't work out, I'm coming back to face my job back in.
exactly. Did you have to resign?
No, I didn't resign, but I no longer because I one I am not schooling and so many things has happened.
So the job is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad. I mean, leaving a civil service job at that level. Hmm. Okay, it's all good.
So I got
Now
I
I
got to
want you I want you to tell us what happened when you got to Canada eventually.
yes, so eventually I got into Canada. He was not around to pick me at the airport, that he was at work. So, and at this time, because all the money I had, I have exhausted the money. In fact, the only money I had was 50,000. That was what I was able to change to be able to have a Canadian dollar at the airport, the Nigerian airport in Abuja, so that let me just have change of a little amount of money on me. When I got to the airport, I took a taxi. He was not there to pick me. He said, "Oh, he's at work, but he has left the keys." I took the taxi from the airport about $76 to the house,
Mhm.
and the money almost even gone with the 50,000 that I changed. So when I got to the house, he came back after 2 days. So he picked me, and we went back to his workplace. So when we got there, he went to work. He was on night duty. So I was looking for an phone to use on my laptop to listen to some preaching from Dunamis. Because he has already warned me that I shouldn't put that thing in this house because there were other um, occupants that were there. So that I shouldn't make the noise. So I forgot my earphones back in the house. So I started to look for one in one of his pockets in
He
his bag.
was living. Where was he living that you have other occupants?
He was living, he's working in a like 4 hours away from his home, his real city that he's staying. So
Okay.
living in that place, he has to rent one room because there are people that
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of people just there maybe.
He sublet one rooms out. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's how he was living. So
Mm-hmm.
I now found an old phone, one of his old phone, that very phone that when I came into Canada that year that I saw a naked picture inside. So out of curiosity, I opened the phone. Oh my goodness. There
What
was no
did you see?
there was nothing inside that this thing. All the women that this guy we talked negative things about them were the ones that were sending nude pictures to him,
Mm-hmm.
messages and everything, the messages between him and his ex and everything. Oh my goodness, I was shocked. So he
Hmm.
called me and he was talking to me. So he asked me that what is the problem, because the shock that I had, I couldn't talk to him. He said, what did you see? I said, why are you asking me? I said, I just found one of your old phone. He said, what did I see inside the phone? Can we discuss the phone about it? I said, there is nothing to discuss. So he said, I said, okay, let's discuss. I started asking him questions. We ended up fighting
Okay.
at that point on the phone. So I now ended up telling him that don't bother. He offed his phone. He closed from work and came back. And when he came back, he never bothered to talk about it. And the next thing that he will want is, because whenever we had issues, what actually happened is he feels that it's coming to me that I should submit myself to him. Maybe that is the settlement without us coming to talk about it. And I always tell him that one thing about me is we need to talk the issue that we have at hand. Let's flush it out. So when he started that, I told him that that phone, I will consider it that it's an old phone before I got married to. But now, if this new phone, please, if you have anything, I have two phones here that I came from Nigeria. Look at them here.
So he was talking to a lot of women and he was getting a lot of all that,
You know,
naked pictures and stuff with other women.
he was
Yeah.
even on dating side and everything. So I told him to stop all those things. They're not good. I allowed that thing to be. So one day, and before this thing, we got back to the house. So another brother,
Somebody is asking, did you go to Canada with your older child that you had in Nigeria?
because
No.
we didn't have one about the child. The moment the marriage finished, he said that I should call the father of the child and tell him to take responsibility of the child.
Lobaton. All the love for the child disappeared.
Yes.
Uh-uh.
And I should make sure that I did the record, the conversation I had with the guy and send it to him. So I told
Wow.
him, why will you do this? This boy has always been in this Abuja with me, and he has always been with me. How will I take this boy now to go and give his father and everything? I even
How
have,
old was he at that time, your son?
then he was 13.
Okay, so he was a teenager.
Yes. So he
Okay,
SS3 in back home in Abuja.
okay.
So, but I actually put him in a boarding school because of the nature of my job. Sometimes I work at night, sometimes I work morning shift like that. So he was in the boarding school. So he only comes home when it's time for holidays.
So what did you do with him when you were going to Canada?
He was still in school there. I left him in school there because I had an argument with that about it. But I actually told the father that now that I'm not going to be around, please, my younger sister is in Abuja, but you have to help my younger sister to be coming for visitation and make sure that you know everything that is happening to this boy because my younger sister is small. She cannot actually handle everything.
So you did what your husband told you to do.
I did.
Okay,
So
go on, go on.
now I told that when I come and this guy is filing because he said that he has already have a permanent residence. So when I come, he's going to file for me. We do the court marriage file for me. Then at the process, he's going to include my son as well. So my son, since my son doesn't have a visitor's visa to come to Canada, so I told him that okay, this is what we're going to. This is how it's going to be. So I left. Now I was in Nigeria. I was when I was here. So there was this day that he was because of the way he was handling his phone. He doesn't want me to touch the phone. He's in the toilet. He's with the phone every time. He puts password. I don't know how many password he has on that phone. But unfortunately for him, I am very smart in doing all those things. So I was able to know the password. So one day I said, let me go through this phone again and see what.
So you and his phone started fighting again,
Yes,
still on this matter of phone.
yes. I now went in the phone again because he was always like, even if the mom calls and say she wants to talk to me on the phone, he will say no, the mother should call me on my phone.
Doesn't allow you to touch his phone at all,
At all.
even to receive call.
At all.
Okay.
So He even broke one of my phone that I came from Nigeria with it, because anytime he start fighting with me, he collects all the phones. But when he now noticed that, okay, those phones, like the phone that I came from Nigeria with, the only thing he could do was to break the phone. So he started fighting with me and he break the phone. So I no longer have the phone. It was his older phone that I now took and now put the SIM card inside.
Mm-hmm.
So when I now look inside the phone, oh my God, the things I saw were even more than the ones that were in the other phone that I saw. So he was sleeping. He now woke up and now saw that, am I done watching the phone? I said, yes, I am done. He said, oh yeah, I should give him his phone. And I gave him his phone. The next thing, he held me and he started struggling. I said, no, you can't hold me like that. This thing now generate. There was a serious, this guy beat the hell out of me that day.
Mm.
How will he marry me and me? I'll say that I don't want to have sex with him, this, that. He started opening, we went and opened the closet and started removing all my boxes and throwing it out that I should leave his house. It was in
Did
the
you
night.
say you say you are not going to sleep with him again after seeing the phone?
Yes,
Okay.
because we have to talk about it.
Right.
So because him, he would just look at it that it's a normal thing, that is nothing to talk about and everything and all that. And I told him that you made me, I no longer have a friend. When I was dating you in Nigeria, I was not telling him all these things. Come on to go to church or anywhere, you will never allow me. In my office, they were calling me MTN. So there was nothing they were, yeah,
Everywhere you go, you were
yes,
carrying your phone so that it can reach you.
honestly,
Inside my office,
and my
they were
phone,
calling me MTN. Nigerians are so brutal.
yes,
Oh my
that is
God.
a very sensitive office that I don't even have to use phone. There was countless times that they booked me that I was using phone on duty and everything and all that.
So
You,
can't you just tell him you're at work? Oh, that one
I,
has passed. No need.
he will start shouting. He will start making so life so miserable with me. And you know, when I told my colleague, that one of my colleagues that was very close to me, in fact, my boss, that I don't want to go through the marriage again. The lady now told me that, I know that guy loves me because of the way he calls and talks on the phone. I said, so because of the way this guy talks to me and everything, people now,
He's checking you every minute. So that's lack of trust.
exactly.
That's lack of trust.
And again, he was doing the different thing altogether while he was here. So
Hmm.
all those things, I was heartbroken. But at that point, I was already. I said, please, away from dating sites. You don't have to be on dating site. All those things. So he said that okay, he was going to leave. He never leave. So every now and that beating that he beat me that day, he even threatened me that if I don't leave his house, that this is what that he's going to call the police for me. I said that this is my husband's house. I was for me like an African woman. I'm married. I don't have to leave my husband's house. I will have to stay no matter what it is. That day now passed and went. So one day the ex now called that, oh, he went and got married, he saw all she saw all the pictures. Oh my God, this guy now came back and started bashing me, that why would that she has already warned me not to put anything on social media, that this is what she was telling me. The next thing, the lady now brought a child notice. Then we're now moving from the old house to the new house, that because he couldn't get a mortgage, but he did a rent to own. So he was able to get a rent to own, which was a 2 years rent to own within these 2 years, so that he will be able to build on his mortgage. So when we came to sign the agreement, the landlord wanted me to sign. I was asking for my ID. He said, no, 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 me, I don't need to sign. And again, when I got into Canada, that was when I knew that this guy was applied for permanent resident, was ongoing. So do
So
the
it wasn't a Canadian at that time.
no. Do the marriage. He said no, he cannot do the marriage, that he has to get his permanent resident. After his permanent resident, then he will now be able to uh, apply for me. It will be quicker. If he add me to the application is going to be delayed. So I told him that no problem. But when the fight now started coming in and everything and all that, this guy will collect. He earns very well. When he collects money, he sends money back home. He's building one mansion back home.
Is he?
Yeah, he's building.
Ah, so all these people that love mansion in their hope is not in the village.
He's actually in the,
It's in the village. Ah, Obashe, what a waste of money.
yeah, he will not say that. He will not say that. whenever he asks me for opinion of something, I will sit him down and tell him that he's not supposed to do this. This is how he's supposed to do. That me, he will not. He will tell me that, why are you always thinking as if you think from the ass? That is what he always says.
Hmm.
So the only person that gives him advice is the mother. And he will
Right.
tell the mother that, oh, you are the only person that reasoned the way we reasoned together. And when I came in, I saw that he wasn't saving. I told him that this is how you have to do. And again, when I came into Canada, now I know that, oh, Canada is not a place that I can actually do under the table with my status, because I was on a visit. I told him that, okay, since he said he's not going to add me to application, let me go back and continue my job. Whenever your application is out, you can file and I will come back. That means living here and spoiling my record. He said that if I leave back to Nigeria, there won't be wedding again. So
He
I
said
have,
if you leave to Nigeria, the
yeah,
marriage is over,
the marriage is over.
and you stayed.
And I stayed.
Another red flag.
What people will say was at this
Yeah.
time
It's
was,
okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We understand that completely. What people will say is what is killing our people. So
yes.
you are not alone, Joy, okay? We understand. I understand. And I know that the people here understand, especially those who are Nigerians here. They understand. What will people say? The marriage just went all the way to Canada. Ah, you are back already. Marriage is over. You know? Yeah.
That,
The
oh,
altar of what will people will say, a lot of people have died on it, unfortunately, in our community. Go on, my sister.
so at this point in time, there any little thing, even if he asks me for something, a question, and I respond, he will say that me, I'm being rude. And I'm not my rude to you. How did you want me to talk to you? You know, he will not tell me that, do I think that that is the way to talk to a man? I said, well, you want me to,
Demand,
yeah,
demanding respect.
you know, and so the problem
Oh,
for the child support for the other kids were ongoing. So they made him to be even paying child support. And because of his earning, he was paying child support 2,700.
wow. That's a lot for two kids.
Yes.
Canada, no, they play.
So when he now, because the lady came back at that point, the lady did not have any record of work or anything, you know, so they couldn't calculate anything on her. So when she came back here, so
Is she in Nigeria and the ex, they have two children for him?
yes, she's in Nigerian, but they're not from the same.
The same place. Okay. That's where his bias was coming from.
Yes.
Okay.
So when this now continued going and going and going, there was this day we had an argument. We went somewhere and we're coming back, like a 3 hours trip. Do you know that this guy, because of the little argument that we had in the car, this guy now said that me, I shouted at him. It was raining. This guy now dropped, like, came and now stopped on the highway, came down from the car. I thought maybe he was going to pee or something. Opened the car where I was staying, removed the seat belt, now dragged me from the car for me to fall down so that I should get out from his car. You know, I quickly now held my hand on top of the handle of the car. So we started struggling there and everything and all that. So that was how he couldn't push me down. Then he came back and now entered the car.
He was trying to push you down from his car on the highway when two of you were alone.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we drove back to the house. I still apologized to him that if I spoke to him in a way that he didn't like, that I'm truly sorry. You know, we settled that one. Another day, we had an issue. It was this same issue of going around, because anytime I have issues with him, this man will just go out and sleep with a woman or do whatever he wants to do and come back at any time that he wants to come back. You know, and again, somehow, I will get to know about it.
Right. Let's talk. Let's move forward because time is fast spent. You've almost done 1 hour, and we have 1 hour to cover your story.
Okay.
Right? Because I'm not doing more than 2 hours today. I'm really really tired. Right.
So,
Last fast forward to significant events that happened. You got pregnant, and why we are here today. Why
okay.
you are no longer together? Because literally 3 days ago you had to run out of the house.
Yeah. So now before then, he would do certain things. I was cooking, I brought the food out from the fire. This guy carried the food and threw at my face. I actually jumped, faced the wall, the food now hit my my back. I just want to lick the
Hot food.
yes, hot food. The thing burnt my back. I didn't have
He
a
threw hot food at you.
at me, yes, from the in the pots.
Were you
So
arguing?
yes,
My
in the morning.
goodness.
So the
Were
thing that
you rude and disrespectful to him?
no, I wasn't rude and
Even
disrespectful.
if you were, there is no justification for that kind of behavior. Hot food, cooking food, throw it at you.
So the thing that hits my back and my back. Then all these things that will happen, come family members and say that I am respectful to him. So me, I at that point I started having record of stuff on my phone. How he beat me up and I have an injury, I will just snap a picture or do a video. Maybe if there is a bruises or something, I'll just do video and maybe say what
Did you
happened.
not report? Did you report him to anybody, your family, his family, anybody,
I was
anybody while this was going on? Because
I
this
was
was significant abuse.
I was reporting to the mother all the time, and the mother was always on my side. At that time, I gave the mother the credit for that. But one day he told me that me, I forgot the fact that this woman is his mom, is the one that gave birth to him. That today the woman is on my side, but tomorrow the woman will not be on my side, which is what is happening right now. So in February last year, I got pregnant last year, January. So February, this guy now throw my things out that I should leave his house. And all these things, he was threatening to call the police. He will report me to the immigration that after all, I don't have a paper in the country. So that day, he said I must leave his house and he would tear. He told me that he was going to seize my passport. He said that he was even going to tear my the visa that he even did for me and everything.
So, with all this going on,
Mm.
pregnancy came. You still got pregnant
I still got pregnant
because
because
you were that means you were still believing in the marriage
I
that it
was
will work.
in the marriage that it was going to work. And because at some point he will tell me that, oh, I came into him that I'm almost getting to 1 year. All this thing, he will even tell me that what was I doing back home? I was a prostitute. How much was my organization paying me? That I was sleeping with men to get money and everything and all that. I said, did you ever he will curse me and tell me waka in my face in our language. He has vulgar language to talk to somebody. In fact, at some point, because all the report that he was reporting to my siblings, whenever they call me to like challenge me, I will just show them the proof of what has happened. So
So, ladies, let me pause here to say that I said it before and I'm going to say it again. When a relationship is not good and you are suffering from abuse, please don't fall pregnant. Okay? You are better off not having a child. If you think that having a child for a man that is abusive towards you is going to make him love you or it will fix the marriage,
it's not
you are complicating your wahala times 100 because it is easy for you to flee alone than with a baby. Okay, it is easy for you to do whatever you want to do. A baby is an added, as much as they are blessing, added responsibility that will tie you to that individual for the rest of your life. So I'm saying it again. I did a video about it a few weeks ago. Know how to not fall pregnant accidentally, especially if you are not happy in that relationship.
in my own case. Whenever I said I'm not going to have anything to do like that in bed with him, he will start fight. We will fight to an extent. He will even tear my undies and everything and all that. At some point, I will just relax and say, "Okay, oh, let it just happen," you know. And that was how I got pregnant. And I didn't have any health benefits here to go to the hospital or do anything or all of those things. Of course, somebody like because most of my clients that I used to make their hair, they would just come and they would tell me. Sometimes he calls me and the way he's abusing me on the phone, I will be crying. So they would tell me one of them was a nurse. She just told me that I should make sure I should get, and here you cannot even go to a store that like back home that you just go and get a pill that you don't want to be pregnant or anything. You must get a prescription for it.
So,
So
so contraceptive is not free in Canada. You can't
it
get it from a chemist.
no, you cannot go to the this thing and just get it like that. If you want to get it, you have to have a prescription over to from the doctor.
So, were you not on its health insurance?
No, he never put me on any health insurance. I didn't have that.
So, you are not registered with any doctor.
No doctor.
I see.
So when I was now pregnant in February, that winter will be very tough like this guy threw my things out, because that day, that what even made me to even leave was, well, after he said I must leave. I said I wasn't going to go anywhere again. He said that he's going to call the police for me. This guy now took phone and now called 911, and he said in the phone that he wanted them to come and remove someone from his house. Oh my God, I was so scared. I quietly now opened the door, and he removed if he bought a jacket for me, he collected his phone and everything. And there was this day that the mother told me that she is tired of our issue, because when my family now attacked, told him that these are the things that he's doing to him, he fought with all members of my family. So he has no relationship with my family members, nothing. One day his younger brother came. When he now saw me with a wound on my face, and he asked me what happened. I said it was the brother that gave me the wound, because he used hammer to injure me. So the brother,
Hammer.
yes, hammer. So the brother now went and,
What do you hold on. What do you mean by he used hammer to injure you?
yeah, he went and he was dragging the phone, that he said I must give him my phone. So I said I wasn't going to give him the phone. Anytime he starts talking to me, he will say I should give him the phone. He first of all said I must close down my Facebook. I said that is this Facebook that I advertise this thing that I'm doing here. I have a sick mother back home that she's on medication, my son and everything. You don't even give me upkeep. His own, once he buys food in the house and everything, he doesn't even give me money or anything. I need money to buy cream for myself. I need money to at
Could,
least buy
could you
medication.
not work with the kind of visa that you have at that time?
No, I couldn't work. At this
I
point,
see.
I've even overstayed. He even applied for extension for me, and they refused to give me the extension. The extension was denied.
Yeah. So in America, somebody say in America you can go to any health department without a document and be seen. Well, in the UK, you don't even need to go to a GP to get prescription or to get contraceptive. They have sexual health clinics everywhere. Everywhere. You just walk in, you don't need an appointment. Most before COVID, you just walk in and then you get so one thing that UK used to better past Canada for once. Oh my god.
So,
Joy.
sir, ma.
So
So
you
now,
couldn't work and your job in Nigeria is gone. Your senior civil service job in Nigeria is gone. You are
I'm
stuck in Canada, pregnant,
pregnant.
living with somebody that was very abusive. So for you guys, before she continues, all of you guys are always coming and say, we are bashing men. If this man that is being described now represents you, then yes. But if you can honestly tell me that this man, as Joy is described, I don't know him. I'm sure you people don't know him. She's the only one that knows him, right? If the way she has described him now is correct, and you can say that this man represents you as a man, then that's when you can say that we are bashing you. She's talking about somebody throwing hot food at her back, hammer, trying to get her off his car in the highway because it sounds like he has a really dangerous temper or
Serious,
anger problem.
serious. The ex even said that he was supposed to go for anger management, or he attended. I don't know whether he did that, but he said he never did anything like that. And one thing about him is he never accepts that he is wrong. He has never accepted that he's an abusive person. You
Right.
know, at this point in time, I was connected to, there is this group here called Multicultural Health Brokers. So one of this lady that came and made her hair, she told me that she was going to connect me. So the person now called me. So the broker now called me. So the lady even came and had one-on-one with me. She asked me, "What do you want?" That she cannot tell me what I should do. She's asking me, "What do you want?" What I wanted. And I was so scared because this guy's application is ongoing. If I should take any measures now, it's gonna affect him. I didn't want to do that, so that,
So that's his residency application.
yes, ma. So
Did
that
he put you in the application?
he never puts me in the application. He said that he has to get it first before he will now put me. So and I told this lady that if I do anything now back home, they will call me evil. They will say that, oh, I'm the one that went to report this guy. I am saying that this guy is abusive and everything. So I was so scared. I didn't want to do that. And I tell myself that if I'm going to leave this guy, I will just leave him and leave him with God. Let whatever that God wants to do, let God just judge him. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So this
Mm-hmm.
asking me questions and everything. But anytime she told me that if I need help, I should just call her. And anytime the guy laid a finger on me, I should just call her, that she would be the one to bring the police. At this point, I was even scared again of saying um I was going to call her whenever we have crisis. But this day that he called the police for me and said I should move out of the house, I got so scared and I moved. I was 2 months pregnant. This guy collected even the winter jacket. I was shaking outside. I have to run to one of my neighbor that is I've never even gone to her, and I was crying and I was shaking. The woman now gave me a winter jacket. I wore that jacket. She now said that let's call the police. That was when we now called the police. So his own police didn't come. It was my own police that came, because the police asked if I was actually in the safe place. I said yes. So they came and now stopped in the front of the woman's house. So the moment he sighted the police through the window, he took, and all this fight that he was doing, his other kids from the other woman were with him for parenting. So
How old were the kids?
he has, and then they were, now the lady, the boy, the girl has turned 6. The boy will be turning 4 in November. So
So
they
you
were,
were looking after them.
yes, I was looking after them. They come whenever they come. I looked after them and they go back like that.
So ladies, everywhere in the diaspora, not just here in the UK, when you are facing any form of abuse, especially when it's physical, where you can evidence it, yeah, even if you don't have paper, please do not be scared, right? That is the easiest way for you to get paper. If you don't know, obviously you didn't know this, Joy. Okay, you didn't know this.
I
If you
didn't.
are going through any abuse, like all this one that are using hammer, doing this, you need to get the police involved to remove you. Okay, don't be scared of being deported. In this part of the world, they hardly ever deport people who are being abused, even if your paper has expired. Don't sit down and endure abuse because you are afraid of being deported to Africa. And sometimes it's even better to be deported than you to go and die in the diaspora because of abuse.
So,
Okay.
so when the police came, he now took the children out of the vehicle and they left. So the police now took me in the vehicle. They drove me to where they asked me everything that happened. I told them. I even showed them the bruises on my hand, and so my load were still hanging in front of his house. So they brought me back to the house and helped me. The police actually helped me to pack the load to my neighbor's house, in front of her house, because the multicultural lady was coming to pick me up. So she now later now came to pick me. Then the police now left. So we left after 1 week. This guy, because at that time we looked for shelter, there was no space in the shelter. This guy now started looking for me here and there. He was
I
calling
don't
my.
understand why they will say there's no space. They take you to another city if there's no space. Why, if there's no space in the city where you are, can't they send you to another city? Is it that all over Canada? Because here in the UK, that's what they do. They don't even like putting you in the same borough that the person that is abusing you lives. They take you far. So this is what one thing they need to do. You don't need to remain in that same environment. Okay? I
Yes.
don't know why the police are doing that. Sorry, Joy, carry on.
So I now went to, so he now called one of my friends. He called my family. At that point, he called my family and everything and all that. Before he even called my family, I told him that back home, when you have issues with your wife and your wife ran away, or maybe you throw her away, first person you call the family of your wife to know if she has actually reached there. And he hasn't even called any member of my family. He has to call my elder brother, because now my elder brother is aware of this case, and he even told me that if I should go back to that house, Uyu is my kids. You know, so that my friend was calling and calling that I must come for meeting and everything with the husband. So I have to leave where I was. In fact, because I went with this lady that took me that day, the place she took me, the people were able to accommodate me for just 2 days. So I later now called one lady that was from Kenya that I used to make her hair. She was the one that came to pick me to go and stay in her house. So I was there in her house. Then we scheduled for this meeting, and we
Which meeting? What meeting is that?
we spoke about that. My husband and I came back and said that he wanted me back to the house. That it was that he's sorry, he's this and everything. And of
So
course,
police removed you
mm,
and people brought you back to do meeting with him.
exactly. And I stayed,
Okay. And you came.
and I
And
came,
after the meeting, you stayed.
and I stayed.
Okay. That's, I mean, you're not alone. A lot of women do that. At the end of the day, to be honest, it's psychological. You still want that marriage to work. I won't be surprised even after this show. If he comes to beg you, you still go back. I will not. It's expected. It's codependency, and it's you as a woman. You want your marriage to work. You are still thinking of what people will say, even with the hot food they are throwing at you, hammer. But what you should bear in mind is that the next time that hammer hits you, you might not make it. According to what your brother had told you, if you go back there, just know that you are signing your own death warrant. Choose whether to stay alive for your two children or you want to stay in an abusive marriage because of what would people say or your so-called friends are giving you advice. Ladies, this is not for joy alone. Choose wisely.
So
Right.
right when I was there, the mother now, I was even the one that, because I wrote the mother's number somewhere because I wasn't even with phone, and I used those people's landline to call the mother. When I called the mother now says that, why will I uh, fight with his son and not call him yesterday? Why am I just calling her? So she was so angry, and there was nothing she didn't say, you know, that mean that her children are not, because she has 5 children in Canada. And because of the attitude of this my husband, those other four, they hardly get along with him. They even they told me that for them to come and stay in the mansion, they prefer to stay in the gutter. Because the way that guy does, the elder sister told me that this guy slaps her in the presence of her husband. She too, she's here in Canada. And because when I came, I was trying to even get along close to them. I didn't know who will actually introduce me to them. This mother was back home telling me that, why will I not go to his any member of the family? Rather, I prefer to go to a Yoruba person, because the lady, she felt that the lady that picked me was a Yoruba person.
This family are very, very tribalistic. I have a problem with people that are tribalistic.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's
So
not just him that is tribalistic. His whole family, they are so tribalistic. So you start looking for people who are your tribe. Why didn't they
yeah,
stay in their village since they only deal with their tribe people? Why did they come to obodooyibo to go and live in white man's land? Wow.
she said that if I want me, I came into the family, destroyed the family. I was so heartbroken, but I didn't know what to do. Because I was trying to explain to her that I never had any phone. That when this guy collected phone, how would I have stand in front of that place and called you? You know. But everything anyway, to fast forward it all, after the drama and everything, I returned back to the house.
Yeah, okay, we got that.
At that point, this
So since you returned, what happened? Everything, did it change, apologize, or was there any apology towards you at that meeting?
no, there was even no change. He would even tell me that me, I had a fight with him and I went and I was looking for paper. At this point in time, this multicultural health broker now gave me a hospital where I will be able to go for antenatal free without paying.
Okay.
So from this my place, the house, my husband's house to that place, if I was going to go by bus and a train, I go with 3 buses and 1 train.
Hmm.
Then if I go by taxi, it's about $45 just going. So, and I can't even say that I will be going and be coming back. So I used to go with the train and the bus. So I was now going like that, going like that. Some days, if he's around, he will take me there and he will see, because when he takes me, he will sit in the car. He will not even come to the distance. So one day, I busted tears with my doctor,
Mm-mm.
because my doctor asked me, "Am I living in a good environment?" All those questions and everything,
Mm.
house and everything. When he now asked me that, I busted with tears because my BP was actually very high. So I now told him that this is what I've been going through. At that point, I said that whatever is going to happen, let it just happen.
Hmm.
Immediately, the man now reported to people, and they started calling me and Health for Two. Some of these organizations, they started getting along with me, asking me what I wanted, giving me support that I could use and everything. So after that, This guy still continue abusing me at this point because that I was pregnant.
Somebody, and is a man here, I think is a man, AK Jasper, say, please stop calling him your husband. You can survive without a man. He
Yeah,
was never a husband, he's your baby daddy.
yes. So after that, the man now said that, oh, at this point in time, he will start fighting with me. He will be dragging me on the floor with pregnancy. And because of the
Hmm.
balls that are inside the house, I will now be holding, he'll be dragging me that I should leave his house. Every time, leave my house, I am paying bills, I pay bills for you, I do this, I come to work, I don't do this. And I say, even if I'm not in your house, one day I told him, if I'm not in this house, you will still pay bills for this house.
Exactly.
So why is it that all the time you're always telling me that you are paying bills for me, you are working for me and everything? You work everything, you send your money to Nigeria for the building that you are building back home. So you don't even you don't do anything for me. So why is it that you're always saying all these things?
Okay, so let's fast forward. So he didn't change, we get it. The
Yes.
abuse carried on.
So
Yeah?
when I was 7 months pregnant, that was when I just decided to move to the shelter. At this point, I've contacted a lot of agencies and they advised me that the only thing is I should just move to the shelter. And luckily, I called the shelter that time. They have a space and I packed.
Mm-hmm.
I left. The moment I got to the shelter, they were able to um, call the immigration, and the immigration answered that they were going to call me back in 48 hours. The guy called me back in 24 hours time. So the guy that called me was within our province. So he asked me at
What's the name of your province again?
Abeta.
Alberta. So yeah, Alberta. We're gonna come to it. So all of you that live in Alberta, I'm gonna need you on this one. You guys saw how Budu Farm came to support Ella. Please, I'm gonna need help. She's gonna need a lot of help. First of all, we're gonna need advice. We're gonna need support. So I want you, Joy. I know you want to say everything, but because of time again,
Okay.
jump to the significant
So I
part
was
because we don't 1 hour.
shelter, I was able to secure. They gave me a temporary permit. They gave me a work permit, an open work permit. They gave me a under 1 week. They gave me um a head coverage. So at that point in time, he has already done a lot of things. He told his mother, they went to my village to tell my people that, oh, I'm no longer with them and everything. Maybe they want, maybe I don't know what they were looking at. So when I lost my dad anyway. So when they went, my uncle told them that he doesn't know anything that is Canada. They should better go and bring me and hand him over to him. That is when he will start talking to them. So he now came back at that point. This guy now started looking for me.
Mm-hmm.
He called me, he will call me on my phone. I refuse to pick his calls. At this point, in fact, the elder sister was supporting me as if it was somebody, because she told me that now that I'm in that place.
So you are still talking to the family.
No, that was last year.
I know. I mean, that time when you were in shelter and they gave you all these things, the government were helping you, but you
Yes,
were still in contact with his family.
the family, they don't even relate with him. According to him, now they've resolved their differences and everything. But then the sister was really, really supporting me. In fact, there were some things that she would even be the one to come and tell me certain things. No,
All those are games. They are
yeah,
just manipulation so that you can open up. Never ever believe the family of your abuser. Ladies, please. This is a trap. Don't believe them. They come and say, hey, I know this man. No, they can't love you more than their brother. Okay?
yeah.
So he was telling you some things just to get you to trust her to open up so that they will know your next move.
Hmm.
Know that for yourself and know peace.
So I was, after everything, he now came. He called me on a different number. That was it. He called me on a different number and started talking that it's him that should listen to him. He called and started begging. He said that Joy, if you leave me, I'm going to die. I even recorded
Mhm.
that,
Story.
that he will die. He cannot survive without me in this kind of that me. I should come back. I should come back. Let's do the wedding. Let's do the court marriage. Whatever that I want him to do, that he's going to do. This. Let's shame the people. Everybody that think that this is not going to
It reminds me of Victory in Ireland. She said her husband used to tell her, "We are in this together. Can't you see how they don't want our marriage to work?
that is
It's enemies. It's enemies."
what he will tell me.
Oh.
Honor when this guy even said that he's going to go to the police station and tell police that he wants to kill himself. So I have
Mhm.
a social worker in the place where I was living, the shelter, that she should help me to hear this thing, because me, I'm so scared. This guy shouldn't go and kill himself because of all those things. The lady now told me that he's not going to kill himself. If he gets to that police station and say that he wants to kill himself, they will just take him to the hospital, and that's it. So when he got to that place, he now changed mouth because the phone was still on speaker. He said that he came back
He
from.
was never going to do any of that,
Yeah.
Joy. But you were too naive to know. He was just trying to manipulate you to come back. So
So
the bottom line is that you came back.
I came back. So after
Yes. From
uh,
the shelter, you came back. Unfortunately, you thought he has repented because
but
of all the
he
things he
come
told
back
you.
and did this, and pastors came, we talk and everything.
Pastors came again and they prayed. They
Yes,
said the problems are solved. His character is changed. He will not beat you anymore.
I had this boy last year. We did the wedding. We were able to do the court
Oh,
marriage.
you still did the wedding?
We still do the court marriage.
Ah, okay.
We did a court marriage in November last year.
Mhm. Mhm.
When
On
we
top of everything you've been through, you still did court
Yes,
wedding. Oh
I was
God.
I thought that I was doing the right thing. I thought,
Oh, I know. I
I
know. You were trying to make your marriage. But I don't blame you. I don't and not that we blame you, but the signs were there. Unfortunately, like you said, you want marriage, you felt like you have to make it work, you were pressured. And so even with everything you've been through, all you could see is a future that does not exist.
yeah,
You could see yourself with this man, but there was no future. There was never going to be any future. With the kind of things that you told us he was doing, if you are being honest, somebody is using hammer, leaving you in the highway. He said, God forbid that they will put you in a bag. Okay? There's never going to be any future. I'm sorry. I know it hurts.
there is no change till we got ourselves to this moment. So the last one that happened that I moved out of the house was my mother is sick back home. So she usually come to Abuja for checkup. So I have done tests for her and it's only in Abuja that they do that test. Abuja, Jos, Kaduna, those are the closest place that are close to us. So I now told my younger sister that okay, she should contact that guy that did the test, because I lost my chat on WhatsApp because somebody hacked in on my WhatsApp, so I lost a lot of things. So
So your mother was sick, and what was needed? Was it money that was needed, or what was needed?
I was just chatting this guy up to be able to help assist my sister to do the test. So
Right.
it was in the night.
Mm-hmm. In Nigeria, was the guy in Nigeria?
Yes, the guy was in Nigeria.
So you were talking to somebody to help your mother.
Other to help my
Okay.
all those things. So he now came across my phone, and because it's an iPhone, once somebody chat you the name and what the person says comes out. So he saw the phone and he said, "Why is so person calling you and chatting you at this time?" And I said that it's the guy that is doing my mother's test. He's now said that why is he hearing about things that does not even concern this house? That me, I will be bringing issues that do not even concern this house, useless thing to come and disturb his sleep. Him is about to sleep. And I
Is
asked,
it is this guy educated, if I may ask?
yeah, he's educated. He even schooled in the UK,
Mm-hmm. What to what level?
degree.
Did you see the certificate?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Go
So
on.
he now said that
He
he,
passed through the school. The school didn't pass through him. There's one thing to go to school, and there's one thing for the school to really have an impact with you. There are some educated illiterates.
so I now asked him that is it my mother that is calling my mother is my sole responsibility. How will I be happy if my mother is dying back home and maybe I'm here eating a lot of things and all that? Oh, I don't talk. And to be, since I got back to this house, since I left shelter, the mother has not, me and the mother we have not. She said that she would never talk to me
Please
because,
stop talking to them.
yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing you need to do.
She said that I wanted to send the son away from Canada. That before I send the son away from Canada. The son should make sure that I am the person that is out of Canada.
Yeah, somebody said that there's nothing unusual about your case, Joy. It takes an average of 5 times for an abusive person to finally able to leave. Okay, bless your heart. Thank you, Mbasi.
So
Right. So finally, the last one, because we want to
yeah,
get to the nitty gritty, please, Joy.
finally. So when he now made mention of my mother, this and that, that was when the thing now hit. He said that he's causing my family. My family is a wretched family. That if I had known, he wouldn't have gotten married to that kind of wretched family. That has anybody in my house ever dig a foundation? The kind of job that he works in here, none of my person, including me myself, we never have to do that kind of job. As a, it was a heated argument. Like he was
Mhm.
insulting my mom. There was nothing he didn't say about me. At that point, I was so
So
pissed.
he's verbally abusing your family as well.
Yeah, definitely. So at that point,
Mm.
I have to even insult his own family as well. His mother, especially. I made mention certain things about his mother that he told me that this is what it is, And he got angry, and that was it. So the next thing, I started looking for a job, and I got a job. I was supposed to start training.
Have you delivered the baby that time?
Yes, this is the recent one that happened that
Okay, this one. Okay, right. So you have an 8 month. Is it 8 months? Your baby now?
is 9 months.
9 months. Okay.
So I now said that I can't stay in the house again. Let me just look for something and be doing, because staying at home is, the whole thing was just, I just needed to be doing something. So I don't want to do anything. So he was now saying that, because I told him that even the grocery shopping, you stop doing grocery shopping. He said, that is it the $100 grocery shopping that me I used to go? I said, that is what I can afford. I'm not doing anything. I stand back my baby in the back to make hair. Meanwhile, this guy came back from, left the job that he's working, and now came back. He said that he was not feeling too well from the office. And because, here, because of the COVID thing, once you say you are not feeling well, you are having COVID symptoms, you are not supposed to go to work. He came back and he was doing car detailing and everything. He will compare me when they bring those cars. I have all those videos. I back my baby in the back to do car detailing with him. He leave me doing the car detailing, and he goes and everything. At the end of the day, he collects this money. And even is at this thing, I was telling him that one day he came and said I should go and do the car detailing. I said, I'm not going to do any car detailing again. Where did you expect me to put this baby? At my back again, the sun is too hot. I wasn't going, and this thing now became a serious issue. Then he came and now slapped me. When he slapped me, his other children were there. So the other boy now asked, Daddy, are you beating mommy? Because they call me mommy as well.
See how he's teaching his children parenting by slap.
And
Wow.
whenever he's doing this, even if my son himself, even he's dead, my son will be crying, and he doesn't even give a damn about it. He doesn't even give any concern about it. This boy, sometimes it will be in the middle of the night, he on the lights. Maybe I'm sleeping, he will just come back and like 1 a.m. and on lights and start throwing things up and making noise and shouting here and there. This boy will just wake up and start crying. So this one that happened, everything, when I wanted to use his desktop to do something, because my laptop code was bad. He came and now remove it from the wall, that I shouldn't use his desktop. I should go and buy my own desktop too. So I just went and showered. I wanted to go to the store to go and get a cord. He came back. He said that I am not going to go out with that baby. That me, I can go anywhere I want to go, but the baby is not going out. This guy dragged this baby with me. I thought this baby was going to, I don't know what. He now held my neck, and through, like, he wanted to strangle me so that the baby, I would be able to leave the baby, and held me down to the wall like this, and trying to press my neck and everything. At some point I couldn't hold myself, so I released the baby, and the baby,
So you can be weak and leave the baby. Mhm.
the baby fell off. He took his phone and even called. At that process, he was even calling the pastors and telling him that if the pastor doesn't come, that somebody is going to be dead here. The pastor started uh, shouting that what happened, that the baby too because even me too, I was crying, because the way he held me down to the wall and everything, the baby was in the ground crying and everything. So the pastor shouted, he left the baby. So he left me
Does
as,
he go to church? Whose pastor is this pastor?
he's a redeemed pastor.
Is that does he go to church? Your husband or your this man?
goes to church, but it's just the people that will just go and sit in the church, but they say they are born again. They are church goers. Let me just put it that way.
Right. Okay. So he told you somebody is
He,
going to
that he
somebody will die there. Mhm.
So when the pastor shouted and told him to leave me and the baby and everything, so he left us. So he went. He was not climbing upstairs. That was when I now grabbed. I wanted to grab the baby's bag to move her. So he came back again and I dragged the bag and was climbing upstairs. So I quickly now opened the door. So he went. By the time he come back to the staircase, I was already out of the this thing, because I had a course with a domestic violence office, so they were like teaching me how to escape when you are in a place with an abusive person and everything. So I was able to escape. So I took an Uber and went to because my phone was in my pocket, so I was able to request an Uber. So I left to my this one of my.
So let me just chip in there that I was part of this escape. We did a James Bond.
So that one was even before that day.
Oh, this escape is another one again.
That was yes, that was
Not this final one of 3 days
not
ago.
I escape again. I still come back. The past
Oh, okay. You
called
are
me.
the one. You came back again after that first escape.
Yes, the pastor now called me and everything. We spoke and everything. We got back. Nothing. There was no change. In fact, he was even doing things that we even had.
So if we count now, it's like at least a minimum of 5 times you've gone and come back now.
Yes. So
Okay.
now at this point, when I got back to the pastor, they said that they should do that. We should do fasting and prayer. That is a spiritual thing.
Oh my God! I want to scream. I want to shout.
Hmm.
Don't tell people who have anger issue, mental health issue to go and do fasting and prayer. They are sick. These people are sick in the head. They need a psychiatric evaluation. They need medication. They need therapy. It's not fasting and blood in prayer.
So and I told the pastor that one thing about life is if we are doing all this thing and we ourselves we are not ready to let this thing work out. I have told this guy, let's go for counseling. I am ready to go for it because it says the two to tango. Probably maybe I have done something that trigger his anger too. So I am ready. Me, I've accepted that I am wrong. Oh. Let's go and seek to the professionals to see how we can help our marriage. He said no. And since I came back, he has never one day accepted that he has done anything wrong to me. He is always the perfect person. I'm the victim in the whole thing. So every time they are talking about this, he will say that, oh, I am the one, I want to use him to get paper. I went and used domestic abuse to
Did he
get.
not know that he will give you paper before when he married you and told you to come and join him in Canada?
That was why he said that I got married to him because of paper. I said, did you even get the paper that you will give me? You'll be talking to somebody as if it's paper, 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 this.
Is it new for a man to marry a woman and give them paper, or for a woman to marry a man and give them paper? Isn't that what is expected when you marry somebody who live in the diaspora and they have to quit their whole life in Africa? Don't forget to remember we always talk about ladies who see obodooyibo men and jump and follow them. Joy's case is not like that. Oh, she was doing very well. Okay, she had a job, a very good job for that matter. Because when you work in the federal civil service, that's about one of the best jobs you can have in Nigeria because it's a secure job. You go work till you retire. They know they sack person like that. Okay.
Before
So we
I
are talking about a lady that was already doing very well for herself in Nigeria. She dropped everything because she was a single parent. Stigma, oh, pressure to marry. Even the fact that he gave you ultimatum, hey, your son, after the marriage, you must not talk about him again. You left your son. Oh, God,
I
women.
never talked about that boy till the day I left him. If I have to talk about that boy, is either I leave the house or I chat. In fact, my entire family, if I'm talking to them, I have to. Sometimes they send me messages. So person is he around? They will say is he around? That is the way they ask. If I say yes, they will not call. We'll just chat. If I say no, they will call me.
So you cannot even talk to your son when this man is around.
I cannot even talk to him. So what I was doing, I was able to get, because even the school that I had to change his school and everything. I still pay his school fees and everything because the father there itself is another story on another day. So I paid school fees. I do everything for him and all that. When it is time for vacation, he comes to stay with my sister in Abuja, and I pay everything. And it's all those things that I'm doing is through this small hair that I'm doing, that I'm able to do all those.
Hair is not small. People live on hell. Don't call hair small hell.
Because I am
If you get your customers hair, you can live on the income you make from hair. So this is a real legitimate self-employed job in this part of the world. It's not just small hair. I understand that you had a professional job before, but yeah,
I
okay. Now
was
let's come to this final one that you escaped, because I want to get to the part where we get people,
yeah.
you know,
So
to help to assist you.
all the prayers they did and everything, when they came for the prayers and everything, they asked him what he wanted. He said that me, I got married and I brought my entire family to his family, and I don't look take care of the things that are within my own family, that is his own family and everything. But I always take care of my own family. I take decision financially and everything. So the pastor now asked him that, am I working? He says no. I say, pastor asked him whether I'm working and I'm taking the money to go and spend on my family. The pastor now asked me that, what if he's going to ask me, what if I am no longer alive? Who is going to help my family? I told him that the whole thing that he's talking about is my mother, not my entire family. Even the younger one that I'm even paying his school fees, my younger brother that I'm paying his school fees. How much is school fees in Nigeria for a public university? 50,000 yearly. So my brother should drop out of school because of 50,000. Why I can raise that 50,000 naira
Were
here?
you contributing to the house from the little money you were making from the hair?
God has said that I buy. In fact, that was why when I was leaving yesterday, I removed the things that I know that I was the one that bought them and I needed them.
Okay, now let's get to why you left
So
this final time now.
this final time, when after everything, he will threaten me that he's going to report me to the immigration, that I went to get papers, first document, that I actually forced a document to say that he's a cheater. Meanwhile, all these things, and to be this guy, those days that he will collect my phone, he subscribed my email to his own phone. So all the mails that are anything concerning mail, any transaction, anything that I do, this guy collects it. And when I first came into Canada, that I never had an account. If I make hair and they want to transfer the money to my account, because most of them will not bring cash. I will give his own account. This guy will never get the money. Now, even the work that I even got, he started saying that, is it not just a $15 job? I asked him how much how much dollar did you want me to start working? I never had any experience here. I have to start from somewhere. So he didn't even want me to do the job. I wanted to do the training. It was a virtual training. That was the day he put in that he had car detailing and everything. His other children were here. I told him that I have to go to one of my friend's house to go and do this, to go and do the virtual training.
Joy, we need to get to why you left the house this last time now. I know so many things happen, but because of time, again,
Okay.
I'm asking you to jump to the last incident that happened that you left the house now. Because you've already done 1.5 hours.
Okay, that day we just wake up in the morning, and he was telling me how I want to. My son had code, so I was telling him that every day these kids will come here with code and they will give him code. All these things. I wish that one day all these things will even pass away.
So
He,
he's sharing custody with his ex,
yeah,
the children.
yeah.
Okay.
So he now said that let it pass away sharp, sharp, sharp. So I now told him that I'm not talking to him. Wait. This guy just turned and started abusing me and saying things that he told me and I told him that, you see, all the things that you are saying, if I go back to court, so because he mentioned about court issues, I say if I go to court and tell the court the things that you have done, or the things that you have done to be able to get these children that are not real, I don't think you will sit on that table. Or
Somebody said something very interesting just now about him not being raised by a man. Was his father in his life?
yeah, his father was in his life till he got there. He died, but the father died when he was in the UK schooling.
So he
So
was definitely raised by his father.
his father,
Okay,
but
his father was probably abusive as well.
no, his father is a very calm person. That was what I never met him, but they say he's a very calm person. They
Do
say
you
all
know him?
that is what people say. They say the character is from the mother.
Oh, I see.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
makes sense.
him and the mother are like 5 and 6. One of his
I
brothers,
see. They are thick as thieves.
oh my, they are like, and that is the only person that takes decision for him. They discuss everything. Another thing is they never involve me in any decision that he's taking in this. In fact, he said he bought a house and everything. This house that he's staying there, he didn't involve me. It was the mother. That woman calls every day. She wants to know if they eat pounded yam or amala or whichever soup they eat in the house. You know.
Right. So
Now,
the character is from the abusive mother, obviously, and then you two, you thought she's your friend,
yes,
and you were talking to her about her son.
but at the end of it all, I'm the enemy here. So they call
Okay,
me
so
enemy.
okay, you were talking about how you this last one that's me and you
So
orchestrated.
that morning, so when we now wake up that morning, when he started saying that he's going to report me, he will report me to the police, that if I leave him, and he'll be threatening me that if I leave him, he's going to report me to the immigration. Meanwhile, I've already put in application because I left so many things anyway. Because it got to a point that he had to add me to the application because up to
We cannot talk about
the,
everything because of time.
the application that he put in since 20 ongoing because he did not disclose that he was, because the application I did in the this thing, they now say that he did not disclose that he was in common law with me. So it's now extended the review. They have to review his application again. And again, there is this another application that they did that Canada was going to give 90,000 people application. That was when he now put me, he did that one too. He now put me inside because he has no choice this time around, you know. So I now use his work permit again to renew, to extend my work permit that I currently have, because my work permit is expiring this month rather. So it's ongoing. So he said that he's going to call immigration to report me. So I said, why are you calling immigration to report me? Okay, we have to call authority to report authority that things that people have done. I told him I didn't even do anything. I went to the shelter because you abused me. I cannot just move and start going. Do you know this guy now called? Because that day, domestic violence office called me. So I was talking to them on the phone. So, and I came down. So he now followed me and now put the phone on the speaker. This guy called immigration and report to immigration that he's calling them to report a fraudulent application. So at that point, the thing was actually distracting me, and I couldn't off the call. The woman that called me from that office, I had to like excuse him. So I didn't know what he did and everything. He now went out, came back, and I became breathless because I knew that he has actually called the immigration and report. So I was asking that what is immigration going to do? I became breathless, and that was the day I contacted you. So I had an appointment with our city legal services that were supposed to call me. Unfortunately, they called me and said that my appointment was not for that day. It was on the
So
12th.
this is an application to extend your residence, your work permit that you're giving. Right. Okay. I'm going to jump in because I can summarize quickly because
Yeah.
of time. I want to share my link so that people can come in. I try to make it fast, but I understand that you are nervous and you really want to get as much in as possible. And I commend you for, being so composed. You sound very, very intelligent. You sound like a woman who knows what she wants. But unfortunately, what we've seen on this show over and over again is that even the most intelligent, achieving women who have done so many things for themselves, when it comes to love and this marriage thing, then they can become victims as well, or survivors, as we like to call them. Right. So Joy sent me a message. It was exactly on the 29th of July. She sent me this message very late. She was like, Auntie B, good morning. I'm one of your followers. I live in Canada and I can't sleep. It's 1 a.m. here. I cannot sleep. My husband has been abusing me and threatening to report me to immigration if I dare leave him. Yesterday morning, he finally called immigration and he wanted to report me for saying about my application for my residency or yeah. So she also talked about how she's left him before and pastors keep begging and now she doesn't know what to do. She's scared. She's locked up in her room with her baby. She has an 8 months old baby. He says she cannot take any of the things for the baby. The things he bought for their child, he cannot take any of them. Am I correct, Joy?
Including the things that he bought for me. He's going to collect everything if I
And
come.
you say he collected your car as well, the car
Yeah.
he bought for you. Okay. Yeah. So I said, oh, I was really tired that day. And the timing between Canada and here, especially where she is in Canada, that are better. is not very friendly at all. I was like, oh my God, but I cannot see this message and look away. I just cannot, because I didn't know what was happening. It was safe. So I called her immediately and I said, what's happening? Call the police. She said the police came and removed her before she came back. What are you going to do now? I'm locked up. Where is he? He's in the house. He said he will not go to work that day. He's not going anywhere and she cannot leave. Hey, I started panicking. What's going to happen now? Okay, do you have any friends that you can go to? She said she called some of her friends and three friends. Was it three friends you said you called? And they said they don't want the wahala. Nigerian friends. They said they don't want his wahala. See, ladies, if you call yourself a friend and your friend is in need like this, and you say you don't want the man's wahala, you are not a friend. Okay? You are not a friend. Incidentally, Joy was telling me this evening that she told two people she wanted to come on the show and they say, you want to put your problem out there? The stigma, the this. So I asked her one simple question. I said, Joy, where were these people 3 days ago when you were running helter skelter? You didn't have anywhere to go. Where were they? Where did they come to help you? Did they come to take you to their house to even save, even if you are going to go back like you usually do? Did they offer their house to you to come for respite? Of course not. So eventually, anyway, she said she called one of her Jamaican friends. God bless that Jamaican woman. That's why it is not good to, discriminate, because you never know who will save you when you really need it. Eventually, she got to another place, and then her Jamaican friend was the one that now sent a friend. I think it was her boyfriend. He
Yes.
sent to follow her to go and pack her things. She had to send her boyfriend to follow Joy to the house to pack her things. Police got involved. I'm not going to get into that. It got very messy. Thank God that there was a man there. God knows what would have happened that day. That's how she managed to leave the house and just took a few things. Okay? So if your friend is in desperate need, that she's fleeing from abuse, and you cannot even allow them to stay in your couch, you are not a friend. Okay? You are not a friend. So police has been called over and over again. I think there was a time she said police was called, he ran away. They will call police, they will take her out, she will come back. The cycle of abuse is complicated, it's complex. If you don't understand it, it's easy for you to blame the abuser and say, why do you keep going back? Why do you keep going back? But it's psychological, it's deep. Okay? That's why I always appeal to people, especially those who are watching this show later on, to please be patient and don't judge too quickly until you are wearing the shoes. Don't judge another person. Say, why didn't you do this? If it's you that you are wearing the shoes, then you will be able to know whether you can do this or not. You don't know what you will do until you are the one facing that fire. Okay? Now, Joy,
Ma'am?
we've got Obodo Farm here. Thankfully, we are all scattered all over the world. By the grace of God, this is what we are here to do, to support. You don't know who is watching. A lot of people don't comment. They just listen. Some people might be picking this up later on. What is the situation now? What do you need? What help do you need?
Yeah, because I came here, I'm staying here with this lady. She had 3 kids. I'm staying in the basement with the older one. When I came in, she went and bought an air mattress. So I'm staying in the living room in the basement, with my baby. And I try to call shelter, but each day they tell me to keep on calling, that if they ever get a space, they're going to let me in. But they haven't. I even called them today, but there is no
So
space.
you need accommodation ASAP. There's no shelter at the moment for you. You need
Yes.
accommodation. Do you have money to pay rent?
No, I don't.
Okay, so Alberta is the area where you are, right? The province where you are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what other help are you asking for?
Because I spoke with the immigration officer and he said that I should do humanitarian and compassionate ground immediately. I don't know how that is done. Um, I don't know. She said that somebody was going to call me within my province for another agent within 48 hours, but because it was on a Friday, so and tomorrow Monday is going to be a public holiday here. So I'm looking at maybe on Tuesday.
So
I
you help with your application, right?
application.
Yeah, we can just jump to what it is without the process, right? So help with your application, accommodation, help with your application, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I am calling on well-meaning Obodo fam. If you are watching this video and God lays it in your heart, if you have a spare room, a lot of people have spare rooms. It's not forever, oh, okay? If
Yeah.
God lays it in your heart, she's got an 8 months old baby. If you can accommodate her even briefly until the shelter opens up, please. This woman is going for, she's fleeing from, you know, domestic violence. That's what she's in Alberta. Alberta, that's where she is. Okay. I need people to help. Okay. We are not asking you for money. We are just asking for information and advice. And if anybody has a spare room, because at the moment she's staying on the floor. See how God will bless this Jamaican woman. God will bless her so immensely. Nigerian friends did not take her in. So-called friends. I told her those are not friends. If it's me, I will block them. One of them even told her that her husband is in Nigeria. Her husband will not be happy. She's alone in Canada. Her husband is in Nigeria. I say my husband will not be happy if she takes her in because she doesn't want wahala with the husband, right? This is a woman with an 8 months old baby. This Jamaican woman had to go and buy an air mattress for her to sleep on the floor on the basement of where her adult son is living. She can't stay in the basement. She can't sleep on the floor with an 8 months old baby. It is not right. So we need to know where in Alberta. So people are asking because people need to know specifically the cities so that they can help.
Yeah, it's in Edmonton.
Edmonton. Okay, that's what it's called. All right, Joy. Thank you very much, my darling. I know it's really difficult for you coming out here to ask for help, but that's what we're here for. Okay, and I know that by the grace of God, God is going to touch people's hearts to help you, and we'll do everything within our power to see that we get you help. So I've got a lot of people waiting in the studio. I'm just going to start adding them now. If you want to listen, if you want to stay on, that's fine. If you want to log off and watch on YouTube, that's fine. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, my dear. Don't worry, everything will be all right. You are not alone. Okay. A lot of people have been through even worse situation, but today they've got testimony. It is well. Thank you so much, Titi baby. I got you. Good evening.
Hi, Auntie B. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Are you in Canada?
Yes, I'm in Toronto, Canada.
Do you know anybody in Edmont and is it Edmonton they call it? Edmonton, yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends in Edmonton, and
Okay.
the first thing I'm calling Joyce is that I just want her to calm down. To
Okay.
calm down because when she's speaking, I still feel the fear of like they're gonna cancel my paper, they're gonna do this my paper. I
Mm-hmm.
just want her to know that she's in a country of rights. The
Hmm.
fact that she even has a child in her arms, born on Canadian soil,
Yeah.
Canada will never let her go just like that.
Yeah.
She should already be like 80% assured that she's going to have her documents sorted
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
What I'm worried about her is her psychological nature. Like this abuser has eaten into her brain until it's like Joy can no longer live without going back to her abuser. That's where I am afraid.
Hmm.
Another thing, yes, another
Go
thing is
on.
that
Mm-hmm.
Alberta province is the most expensive province in Canada.
Right.
So even if we are helping Joy, she's a single mom now, she's gonna
Mm-hmm.
need a lot of help. I
Hmm.
wanted to ask her, is she not thinking of moving provinces? The best place to be is in Ontario.
Right.
Ontario is cheaper. For example, you can get a room for us from $400 and
So there
stay.
are rooms available in areas like that.
Yes, Ontario is like the heart. Is like how they say the New York of Canada, like
I
Toronto
see.
City,
I
where
see.
like everything is happening. She can do Uber. She can do things for herself. She
Right.
doesn't
Do
need
you have
a
driver's
man.
license, Joy?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, what did you say about what Titi is making a lot of sense here because I think that distance is even better for you. You don't have
Yes,
any
she
reason to be
needs
in
a
that place. What do you
new.
think about it?
Yes, I can actually move if there is any this thing for me to move. I will surely move.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, what I want to say is I'm ready. I don't have a big place. If Joy's coming over, I'm going to pick her up. I'm going to keep her even for the first 2 or 3 months, and we get her a place.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't have
Titi
a
baby,
lot.
you do that?
I'll do that for her.
Oh my God.
I'll do that for her. I'll do
Thank
that
you.
sacrifice for
You
her.
are the first caller and you're already offering your place if she's willing to move from the province where she is.
Yes, in Toronto, she can still get a shelter. We're going to get her a good lawyer that is going to start her humanitarian demand, and with a baby in her hand. And Canada even has a new program that came out about 2 months ago that
Mm-hmm.
says that if your sponsor is abusing you, is threatening you, is not giving in the documents on time to immigration for your case, they're going to
Mm-hmm.
put you on a special immigration program to give you a permanent residency. It's because Joy does not know that that program
She
exists.
doesn't know. Yeah,
She is
information is
even
power. I always
she
say
is
that.
she is
Mm.
even the one that was supposed to report this abuser to immigration. I'm just laughing when
She
I hear
didn't
that
want to because she
this
didn't want to. He's
idiot.
not a citizen. She didn't want to spoil his paper because she's a wife that still wants to be married.
Oh my God. Joy,
Yes.
please, that's no marriage you are in. You're in bondage, my sister.
Yeah.
Please.
Titi baby, are you Nigerian?
I'm not Nigerian. I'm from English Cameroon. So I'm so close
Oh,
to
English.
Calabar.
Your English. You sound like a Nigerian.
I know.
Thank
I
you so
know. I
much.
go
Can
to
you take my
Nigerian school.
number so that we can continue this discussion on WhatsApp? My
Okay,
number
Auntie
is on the
B.
screen now. If you write it down, then we can continue on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yes, yes, Auntie B.
Thank you
And
so
please,
much, Titi baby.
people in the house, let us like this video. The whole day today, I've been screaming. We are 1 million people. I see only 200
One
likes.
thousand
Please,
people.
1,000 people. I mean, we're getting to
Amen.
1 million.
Thank you,
Let us
Titi
like
baby.
the video,
Like the
please.
video. Like it.
Please.
Titi is asking you to like it.
Yes. Auntie B, I love you so
Ah,
much.
I
I love
love
you
you
so
too, sweetheart.
much.
Thank
Yes,
you, my Cameroonian sister. I love
you're
you.
welcome.
Please
You're
take my
welcome.
WhatsApp and contact me. Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
now
Thank you
contact me,
so
Jet.
much.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Oh my God. This is a very fantastic call. The first caller, Titi baby. Oh my God. She's just made my day. I'm so happy. Now I'm adding you. Can you please unmute yourself? Now. Oh, Mariana, thank you so much for that hefty contribution. Hey, whoa. Hey, for petrol to collect our sister. Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. You said, let me say, contribution for the sister, for the petrol to collect our sister. Okay, so you got 50 pounds from a contribution from here. Joy, people's connection is just doing winning, winning, winning. Why is people's connection doing like this? Thank you so much, Mariama. We appreciate you. The problem with Super Chat is that the money will not get out of that place until like a month. YouTube will hold on to it for 1 month before they will release it. And when they release it, they tax it heavily. So I prefer, if people want to do anything, I'm not asking anybody to do anything financial. We're looking for information and advice and accommodation. But if you want to do it, I prefer Cash App or PayPal because YouTube is funny. Truth Matter, can you please unmute yourself and go on?
Mama B,
Good
how
evening,
you
sir.
doing?
I'm
How are you?
fine. I'm fine. You're welcome.
I think the guy out there, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Ah,
Because let me tell you one thing, he's gonna screw himself up. He thought he's smart, he can screw her up. Because I work with immigration, but doesn't know what he's doing.
right,
I live outside Toronto. And
right.
tell her, humanitarian compassionate is not a problem. If she can write my phone number down, she can call me. I will enlighten her what to do. Because right now she will get a paper and the guy will screw himself up big time. Because she has to report and get police report. First of all, I wanted to get all the day they've been calling police. She needs to go to the police station and get a report because it's a domestic abuse. So that's what she's going to need to file in that humanitarian and compassionate. Because I
Yeah.
don't know so many Nigerians, they come here with no common sense. They
Hmm.
are the one, they just do whatever they want. So when you come here and you think you can treat this woman, so you call immigration for fraud. You are the one doing the fraud because normally she live in your house. You don't even file it with your income tax. That the lady live in your house. So let Canadian government catch you and you will see or there the DNA. That's what or Denny now.
Oh, and then Pamela.
I don't know how no, they don't use common sense. Like you said, education is not what they call it. It's
Yeah.
you have to be street smart. If you are not street smart in Western world, all the education is nothing. But he has to use his common sense. You are the one that brought a woman to Canada, and you already filing for the papers. So this is what they do here, either common law or not. But they can even though if they want to grant that paper, if she comes to Toronto, it's Calgary, Gabriel in Calgary. That's where they grant the paper. That's where they're going to grant it. But I would advise her if she puts humanitarian in Calgary, don't come to Toronto because you're going to screw the humanitarians up. Stay in
Right.
Calgary the outcome of the paper come out. But
I
humanitarian
don't
can
think
take.
she's in Calgary. Oh, she says she's in Edmonton.
Yeah, Edmonton is from Calgary. Calgary is the capital. Oh, Edmonton is the capital of Alberta.
I
Calgary is
see.
another city in Alberta. But she
Okay.
has to be. She has to be. She has to take her fear off. Don't let this guy, because the more she going back to this guy, one day she's going to find herself in the body bag, and nobody is going to fight for her because this guy is really mental. He's a psychopath.
He is.
And when people are psychopath like that, there's nothing you can do. They will they have their whole range. One day it's going to go off, and after you do what you want to do, that's when his high's going to come down, and she already dead. So she
Yes.
needs to stay away from the guy. Papers, you will get a paper. You already here in Canada. You just need to meet the right Nigerians, because it's not all Nigerians. Some Nigerians are here. They don't have, the only friend they have is Nigerian. And if you have all your friends are Nigerian, they're not going to teach you any good thing, because everybody is like they want you to be like them. That's the problem. So you
Yeah.
have to adventure out. Make a friend with everybody, Chinese, everybody. That's how you can get ahead in this part of the world. So she has to be proactive about the guy. Don't let the guy, because this guy is looking for something. Once the guy called the police on her and the restraining order on her, it's going to be very difficult for her to get the papers. So now, wherever they call the police, there is an incident report. There is everything the police write down. So she needs to go to those police stations and she tell them, like, I need a report for all this thing that happened. So she has a copy of it. So she can use a part of the stuff she's going to use for humanitarian. Like, you see, many times police came because this guy abused me. So that's how, because the guy is a foolish person. He already ought to shoot her, let's say, or there.
Thank you very much,
You're
Truth Matter,
welcome.
my brother.
You're
Please,
welcome.
can you take, because I cannot see your number, so can you take my
Okay.
number and WhatsApp me, please?
Okay, I will.
My
I will text
WhatsApp
you my
is on the
number.
screen. Yeah, if you can just text me on WhatsApp, then
Okay.
then I'll have your contact. Thank you so much,
Okay.
bro.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you. God bless
Bye.
you, sir.
Yeah.
Eshe gan
And you
ni
too.
o.
Bye.
Adupe. We thank God there are still some real men. There are still some real men who don't celebrate abuses. We thank God for men like this. God will bless you, brother. Nah, I got you.
Hi, Obodoyibo.
Hello, sweetie.
My name
Welcome.
is, thank you. My name is Na. I'm originally from Ghana,
Okay.
and I'm a social worker in Norway.
Norway. Oh, you're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you. I'm very happy that you're using your platform to talk about these issues. Also with domestic violence, abuse, narcissistic personality disorders, and all these things. They're very important in our community because we don't talk about these things. We don't talk about disorders, mental health. We confuse abuse with love, Stockholm syndrome. And I am so proud of Joy. I don't want to cry, but I'm so proud for you sharing your story for people to hear, because a lot is happening in our community. Like I told you, I'm a social worker here, and I've met a lot of women here who've been to crisis centers here. They've been abused by their husbands. They have very low self-esteem, and it takes so many tries for them to actually leave. But women, we're superhuman. We are strong. We're powerful. And Joy, you need to build your self-confidence. You need to educate yourself. You need to build yourself up, because you're living in a different community now. There's access to information everywhere, and you just need to know the right people to help you and read and educate yourself. You have a kid, and you're responsible for bringing this kid into this life. So take care of this kid, guard the kid with all your life, and have goals and ambitions that you can work towards so that you can become economically stable to be able to take care of this child. So that's
Thank
all I
you.
wanted to share. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much, Na. Brilliant advice. Thank you for joining. We appreciate you.
You're
Jo,
welcome.
she's. I told her to disconnect so she can listen, because it's kind of difficult. When you are on the studio, you can't really listen. So she's listening.
Mm,
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good evening. Guys,
You
I've shared
too.
my link. If you live in Canada or you know anything about Canada, you just want to have a word of encouragement. You've been through something similar or you haven't, you just want to encourage her, please come into the studio. The link is on the on my comments section. You cannot come in on television. I said it before. You need to be using laptop, iPad, or phone. So let's hear it from Adewale. Hello,
Good evening, Auntie
Adewale.
V.
Good
Good evening,
evening.
Auntie V.
How are
How
you,
are
love?
you?
I'm good,
I'm fine.
thank you.
Yeah. So, I just want to have a quick word with Mrs. Joyce. I knew a woman when I was really, really young. That was is very like her situation is very, very similar to Mrs. Joyce's situation. Even the way Mrs. Joyce talked just kind of reminded me of that woman. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, that woman never made it out alive because
Wow.
she was still attached to the abuser. So even
Mm-hmm.
with the way Mrs. Joyce was speaking, the first thing I heard, she was still referring to the man as her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who is not attached with the abuser will never call the person her husband.
No, it's not
So
easy like that. You don't
yeah,
disassociate, how do I say it? You cannot disassociate yourself immediately like that. It's been her husband for a couple of years. So even if she says, I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong, but sometimes the language sometimes is just habit.
yeah, I understand. I understand. So I'm suspecting that she might go back to the husband another time, or the pastors or the man's family might convince her to go
Convince
back
her,
to the
yeah.
husband.
Yeah,
So this is
peace. I
just
can't contact anybody. They are the only ones that can contact me. Anybody that has information, advice, you want to help Joy, my contact is here. I prefer WhatsApp. Please send me a WhatsApp. I can't really contact anybody because I don't have your information. You are the only one that can contact me. Okay? Thank you very, very much, guys. Yeah. I will alternate this with my Cash App because I have Cash App because I don't really like the super chat because of what YouTube is doing. They are taking 25% as their taxes from anything. So it doesn't really work out well. So Cash App or PayPal is fine. All right, sorry, my love. Go on, Adewale.
Yeah, so I think the pastors are definitely going to contact her again and try to convince her with prayers and fasting and all that.
Yeah.
Or the man's family. I don't want to call him
Mm,
her husband because that man is not even a husband.
yeah.
He's just I don't know what to call him. He's
Yeah.
just I don't know. So this is just what I want to tell her. Whenever she has an inkling or a thought of going back to that man, she should look back. She should look into her 8 month old, a 8 month old, a eight
Baby.
months old son's eye, and think, if something happens to me, who's going to take care of this baby?
And the one in
Can
Nigeria
I
as well.
exactly? Can I trust this man to what kind of life do I want this baby to have when I'm gone? What kind of values would this man impact or instill on my child? She should just look at that son, because I don't know, the feeling I was getting when she was talking was as if this man comes back to her tomorrow, or the pastors, especially the pastors, come back tomorrow, tell her, please, please forgive this man. I think she might even think about it again the second time, or another time. She should just look at her son and remember what she has gone through. Even if she even wants to forgive him, she needs to look at her son's eye and say that this is not what I want for my child. This man is not worth it. Even if it's not for her own life, but for the life of that baby. Because I mean, for a man to slap his wife in front of his children, that's I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's the
don't
kind of parenting he's teaching his children.
I don't know.
Beating his wife in front of his children.
I don't know what that is. How would you even bash your wife's family? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't understand what that is. So just please, I know it's not easy. I know there's something psychological about this, but she should just
Yeah.
please. I know she loves her
Therapy
son.
will cure her of that. Yeah. Therapy
I
will
know she
cure her
loves
of that.
her son so much. She just need to look at that son and say, if I'm gone, what would happen to this baby? She
Yeah.
please don't. She shouldn't even think about going back to that guy, because that guy, his problems are just too much for her to handle. I
Thank
don't
you
even.
so much.
Yeah. So just
Thank you,
please,
Adewale.
this is
Yeah.
coming from a guy. Just don't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even think about it, please. I'm begging her,
All right.
please.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Right.
Welcome. Bye
Okay,
bye,
we're
Auntie
moving
B.
on very quickly. And I've got Nike. You're welcome.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Obodoyibo.
You're
Um,
welcome. Oh.
Yeah, I live in Edmonton, and I don't know. I don't have extra room in my house, but I can go get mattress and drop for her if she
That's
wants.
exactly okay. Mm.
If she wants that, I can go drop the mattress. I can just go get mattress and drop for her. But one thing I'm going to say to her is this: she needs to find herself, because she has a child in Nigeria and she have another one here. Now that
Mm.
she have a work permit, she can actually look for job and be doing the job while she put her
Mm-hmm.
child in a daycare. They have subsidy for people that earn lower income. She can do that, why
Okay.
she wait for the immigration. And she should put her mind to rest, because the immigration people will not send her to Nigeria.
Yeah, I think she's very
Because
worried about that
I know, because somebody
because
brought
the
her.
husband keeps reporting her. He keeps reporting her that she got it in a fraudulent way, that she used domestic violence to
I
get
know,
it.
she has to make up her mind. What I see from what she's discussing, from what she's saying, is this: she's cramping her mind with issues about the husband and his family, and
Mm-hmm.
she totally needs to ignore them. If
Yeah,
not, she cannot move forward.
block them completely. That's the
Don't
first
talk.
thing. His
Yeah,
mother, his sister, all of them. His sister
yeah,
is on your side. Which side? How can his sister
yeah,
be on your side?
don't talk to any of them. And there's a lady that called from Toronto and said Alberta is more expensive than Toronto. I don't want to
Mm,
agree with that.
okay.
Ontario is a very expensive place.
Okay.
So my own advice is for her to just cool down. Look at the resources she can use in Edmonton
Mm-hmm.
and just try to get somewhere. I
Yeah.
know people will contribute money. I can do
Yeah.
that as well. Just for her to start, maybe like, first 2 months, and
Mm-hmm.
just start working. No matter the kind of job she can get now, there will be
Mm-hmm.
a job. She can go to all this grocery store to
Mm-hmm.
work.
Mm-hmm.
Just go and work there. Put your child in daycare.
Daycare.
Trust,
Yeah, that's good
trust me,
advice.
trust me, they will give you subsidy. People like me will not get subsidy. Like if you earn much money, I'm a
Yeah.
single mother as well. If you earn much money, they are not going to give you.
Yeah.
But if you earn lower income, they will give you.
Yeah.
So please just, ignore this man, because I noticed in the talk, she keeps talking about this man. This
Mm.
is what these men do.
It's
They are just
codependency, they call it. Yeah.
I
It's
know,
deep.
I know. They
Mm.
are just clown in a they want clown in a crown. They're nothing. So please just ignore the man. Try to find something to do. I can go drop mattress for her, new mattress. I'll go get it
Mm.
and
Mm.
go to where she is. I don't have
Oh, I really don't
extra.
want her to remain on the floor. It's not ideal, especially with her and the
Yeah,
baby. It's not
yeah,
ideal. So we are looking for somebody who's got a room, who
that
has
will
a
give
spare
her.
room. Yeah, even if it's on the basement, she needs a room. The idea of being on the floor with the baby is just not right. It's not
It's
right.
not right, I know.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank
and
you
I'm
so much.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
I'll
understand that you
copy.
don't have a room. Yeah. But we'll
Yeah,
keep
I'll copy
looking.
your number just in case
Yeah.
I need to go get the mattress and give to her. I
Yeah.
don't mind to do that.
All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Nika. We appreciate that. Thanks for
You're
the
welcome.
advice. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Have a good day. Thank you, sis. Hopefully, it won't get to that. We don't want her to remain on the floor, to be sleeping on the floor. Somebody cannot leave her career in Nigeria just because she fell into the wrong hands and married a narcissist psychopath who obviously has mental health issues. This guy is sick. He's not well. He's got mental health issues, okay? And he does not represent men out there. He doesn't. There are good men out there. You had one of that brother here that called, you know, cussing him out seriously in Yoruba. So these are the real men that we know. But the psychopaths and the narcissists and the ones that are sick mentally will always support their own. We have a lot of good brothers on this platform. So we don't want her to remain on the floor. If we can help it, by the grace of God, with your support, we want somebody to be able to offer a room. If they've got a spare room, basement, anywhere, in the meantime, while she gets herself together and able to rent a room while she's working, with the advice she's getting now, she can work and pay rent for one room. Okay? And what I'm going to say to you, Joyce, In the meantime, unfortunately, you have to forget your problem in Nigeria. I know you got responsibility in Nigeria, but you have to think about yourself now and your children. You and your children are priority now. Okay, I know you want to take care of your mother. Your mother is not well. You got brothers. This is your brother will be okay. You need to stand first before you can lift others up. If it's health, because your mother is sick, yes, definitely. If you need to send money for medication and all that, if you are the only one that can do it, if the other family members that can do it, let them pick up now so that you can find yourself. You can't keep carrying other people when you are sinking. Otherwise, all of them are go drown. That's the truth. You save yourself first. See, I've got you, sis. Mercy, unmute yourself.
Sorry. How you doing?
You're welcome.
Thank you. How you doing, Queen B?
You're welcome, sis.
Yeah, so like everybody was saying, it's like first of all, I really commend her and her effort and her trying, because I know she's trying. You understand what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like she needs to try a little bit harder. Okay. Yeah, she just needs to push herself a little bit more. Like I said, it's not unusual. Like, she kept going back. Because it's not unusual at all. There is a story that happened in the US where the woman was trying to leave, she couldn't leave. The spouse cut off. One of the times that she went back, and I'm not trying to scare her, I'm just telling her, like,
no, scare her. I want her to be properly scared. Please scare her.
One of the times that the woman went back,
kept going and coming.
The spouse cut off all her fingers and the toes. I'm not kidding.
This man will do worse. He has a hammer.
I'm telling you. And you will not believe it. Even after that, the woman still went back.
Yeah.
See? So that's
the damage the generation before ours and our forefather. This is the damage they've done to women.
That they've done, exactly.
Yeah. It's a very deep psychological damage that you have to remain with a man, even if you are dying.
Yeah. So the thing is, forget about the man, okay? That man, he's gonna get his own whatever you put out is gonna return back to you. The issue is for Joy we need to focus on Joy, and Joy need to focus on herself seriously this time around. Because let me tell you what's gonna happen. The Bolaji that called a while ago that said, she can hear from her voice that she might go back. There's a possibility of that. We cannot deny that.
Yeah.
And then we are not even gonna blame you if she go back. We don't want her to go back, but we don't want her to go back. But even if she does, we can't blame her, because herself, she hold herself hostage within herself. Okay?
She might not make it out if she goes back.
Yes, she might not. Yeah, that's for sure.
She needs to know it. Let's not quote it, please.
Let's
not quote
she
it.
might not make it. I
hope
that
alive if you go back.
She might not. The last, you won't know when it's gonna be the last time, because it's like the devil. You really don't know that devil for real. So the next time that you go there, I hope and I pray your body is not going to be in the bag for that last time. So she needs to know that. So she needs to push just a little bit more to just, pick herself this time around. Like, I'm going to pick myself this time around. Forget about everybody, even your children. You have to pick yourself first.
Some of you are saying going back. If you don't know the full story, please don't make any comments. Maria, I can see you. Please don't make that comment.
They don't know what's going on.
You don't know the story.
Don't know what's going on.
Okay, you just came on. It's not about going back to Nigeria. She's left her job. What's she going to go back to Nigeria to?
She can't go back to Nigeria.
Nigeria is not an option.
She's going to survive. It's just going to take time.
She's already left her job. If she still had a job, okay. But how are you telling her to go back to Nigeria? Please, let people know, talk.
Please. Don't advise her to go back. She's not going to go back. She's going to stay there. She's not the first one. She won't be the last. She's going to survive. People been through it, and they survive, and they come out in flying color. She's going to be among those people, I pray. But what she needs to do is she needs to summon her courage. Let this be her last time. She needs to make that promise to herself, to God who created her. Like, this is my last time, okay? And then if Obodo can help her, because in this situation, there's a long-term goals, there's a short-term goals. One of the short-term goals that I wish that she will have is, if nothing, but at least one 2 or 3 people that whenever she feeding me, like, oh, I make a mistake or this and that, she can pick up the phone and call those people and talk to them. Believe me, she's gonna need those people. When you are in the critical stage of self-doubt like this, in the abusive relationship, you need people, even if it's just one, that they're gonna be there for you 100%. In the meantime, while she's getting herself together, she needs that, because what's gonna happen is, after all this show now, everything's gonna go quiet. And when things get quiet, that's when evil things happen. So her mind is gonna be racing again. The family will not leave her alone. The pastor will not leave her alone. The house is gonna go back. It's gonna be another cycle all over again.
She has to cut all contact. The best way is to change your number. If they cannot reach you, they cannot beg you to go back. Okay?
If she loves herself very much, she need to cut them off. All of them. I don't care, a friend, whoever knows him, I don't care where they come from, where they are, she need to block them all. And then so that she can have, at least, if she doesn't know what's going on that side, she can focus on the next step that she needs to take and move on.
Yeah.
Please, pick yourself this time. Pick yourself, please. I beg you in the name of God. Your story, you're going to come back. It looks like maybe, it's going to, it's about to get better for you. You just don't know it yet. Just hang on.
Yeah.
Just hang on. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Mbasi. So we are looking for people who live in that area. If you live in that Alberta, we are looking for people who can accommodate her. Okay, because she needs to get herself together mentally. Because people are saying she needs to go to work, she needs to do this. This is a woman that has been abused. It's not so easy. Okay. Mentally, she needs to be able to process a lot of things. She needs a lot of support. So she can just have a place for like 2-3 months to get herself together before she can start thinking of rent. Then from there, she can now start renting to stand on her feet. Please, if you have a spare room, I'm begging you, look at Joy as your sister. She's a young woman. She's new. She only came to Canada in 2019. She came. Okay? Remember how you were when you were there, when you first got there. We all need each other. Please, I need you guys to arise and let's provide some much needed help and support to this young lady so that she doesn't keep running back to that abuser who is going to, take her life if care is not taken, God forbid. I've got you, Ro.
Hello, Auntie B.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So basically, I've added some characters to make it Ro, so it's no longer R.
Oh, thank you very much.
So
my tongue is not being cut again.
I know. So basically, I'm just calling because I went through the system of fleeing abuse, and which got me to a very good place now. So I want to believe that the same system is not too different from that of the UK. And I'm so glad I went through the system I went through, because in my own case, I had family which was far away that was willing to accommodate me. And because they're telling me then, no, leave refuge, come to where we are, it's more comfortable, it's better, and I was advised at the refuge not to leave. Because when you're in the refuge, they will there's a system in which things and other with things, to be able to help you for all the support you would ever need. Lawyers, solicitors, housing, finances, they will it's like they will re-register you again into the system. Fleeing abuse is like resetting your life. Just think at it as even though you've been in a country for maybe 20 years, think of it as coming back to the country again on your own, even though you've been there for however long you've been in. So they will set you up. Everything, think about it. Think of everything.
She said
they will set
the
you up.
shelters, she keeps calling them, they haven't got any space.
What I would say about that is because from what she said now, she sounds like someone that is very, very vulnerable. I mean, who is not vulnerable? It just depends on the degree, really. I was vulnerable myself at that time too. She sounds like someone that is extremely vulnerable. I would suggest that she goes away from that province. See, distance makes a huge difference.
I agree.
Because if you keep a distance between you and your perpetrator, it's very difficult for you to say
can't even find you. You can cut off, change your number and move away from where he can find you. All the known contacts, all your known friends.
Yes, those are the other things that you can do. But it's priority for you to leave that area, because the possibility of you having to pack up your things and move everything, sell everything and move to another province will discourage you. The thought of it will discourage you. So it's better for you to set up and start again in a different somewhere. When I'm talking about 7 hours drive, 8 hours drive. Hopefully, by the time you're making your way back, within that 7 hours, you are able to reboot your brain and think that what
So
am I
you
doing?
just disappear.
And then you go back.
Cannot even find you.
Yes, that's what I did. I changed my number. I cut off from every friend or any connection to him. I made sure I cut them off social media, off Facebook, off all your platforms.
Social media is very important. Get out social media. I don't care if you're using it for business. You don't need it now.
For now, in fact, they're advising the refuge to get off social media. You're not even allowed to
get off social media. If you're in any abusive relationship, social media is the last thing, because that's where they will monitor you.
Yes, absolutely. And what she doesn't understand in turn is what she's doing is very risky. I understand the issue of codependence and the issue of wanting to go back, because I had the same feelings as well. I had to tell myself and keep looking at my children. I knew going back to that marriage was death for me. So and that's the thing that kept ringing in my head. If you go back there, you will die. If you go back there, you will die. If you go back there, you will die. And that's what held me to where I was. That's what made me stand my ground. So she has to be very sure. She's strong. She doesn't just know it yet, but she is strong. That's one thing. Then secondly, what you are doing is that you're putting your child's life in danger.
They were dragging the child. Did you know that they were dragging child? The child dropped.
Yes. And let me tell you what you are doing. That child needs to be checked. Let me just chip that in. Go and let that child have a check to make sure that child is okay. Because some things happen and you cannot see physically, but internally you don't know what has gone on. For a child that leads to fall, you need to go and check that child to make sure that child is okay. That's number one. Secondly, that behavior can come back against you in court. Because his lawyers will argue that she left, but then she came back. She had the opportunity. She left. She came back.
It happened to the lady in Ireland. The husband, he used that against her. That you see.
Yes.
You are driving me out. I'm coming. She's allowing me to come back.
Yes. That will only weaken your case. Now, it's important. I'm not saying she shouldn't look for, help now. It's important for her to look for help, yes. But at the end of the day, all this help now will just become useless if she hasn't mentally disconnected herself and disassociated herself from that man. That's the first step first. You need to stay far away because you cannot help yourself. So do everything. Set yourself in a position where it's not going to be easy for you to find yourself back in that situation. The first advice I'll tell you, again, distance. Go to a different, I know I've been to Canada before. I know those provinces are really big. Go away to a different province, far away. And the province, pick a province. I think someone offered help in one of the provinces. Probably start from there. Call the shelter in that area and see if there's space. Keep calling. Tell them your situation and tell them that you cannot help yourself. You think you're extremely vulnerable.
There's a high
chance and possibility that you may go back to him because this has happened severally and your child has been in danger in the process. So you need a shelter in that place. That's where you should go to. Because the thing is, I remember during my own time, I was offered, help from family to stay in a more comfortable place. But I said no. My support worker said no. Stay in the system. When you are in the system, the court is mostly sympathetic to those in the system. Once you get you are in refuge, you are in shelter, women's aid, they usually, your case has gone from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
They will be on your side. But then if you're squatting with a family or friend, it's not really going to help you. That's the truth. And then once you're in the system, you will get all the support you need. A worker will be allocated to you. You have counseling. You have therapy. You put in support groups. You get lawyers. You get solicitors. You have to basically do nothing. They'll do the thinking for you because you understand you're in a traumatic state and you're vulnerable at that point. So all of the help you need, you will get, including financial. So what I will tell you is that keep walking towards that shelter in whatever province you have chosen. Far away from the man. That's your first priority for now. Very important.
All right. Somebody said they have a room. Okay. Who is that person? Miss B. I think she's the one. I'm adding her. I got you, Bumi.
Auntie B, it's not me.
It's not you. I'm looking for somebody that said they have a room. Oh, Miss B, please come in. Come in. I need somebody that has a. Somebody say here they have a room. So she just needs somewhere to stay temporarily until she's able to go into shelter. Like this last caller said, Ro, I think that's absolutely spot on what she said about going into shelter. Because there she will be able to get all the help. If she's living at home or renting, she might not get all the support. That shelter is cocoa. All right, Bumi, are you in Canada?
I'm in Canada, but I'm in a different province. I'm in Ontario.
Ontario.
So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, she's in Edmonton, Alberta. That's about maybe 14 hours away or 16.
14.
Yeah, Canada
Chineke.
is large.
How
It's a
big is
big
that your
place.
country? She really needs to relocate true because she wants to cross country to that place. 14 hours is a long time. This World Road
Yeah, she
said, I
needs
believe
to.
that.
She needs to. She
She
needs
needs
to.
to
Even
move.
there's some places. I'm in the GTA. I'm in Toronto, around the GTA. So there's some places in Ontario that within the same province. It's from the GTA from Toronto. It's about maybe 12 hours drive when you drive it. So
Wow.
my only thing is that maybe if she needs support, like we might not be in the same age bracket. I don't know if that counts because I don't know all this. First of all, Auntie B, well done. Everybody, thank you. But I don't know if it's something about age, if it's the single mother. I was a direct sufferer of things like this. My father, my mother. This is just the exact story, and I'm still living with the trauma till today. So I understand how
Mm.
the child will feel.
The impact on
Growing up. If
children.
this
Yeah.
continue exactly, if this
Mm.
continues. So when she was narrating her story from the get go, I was like, why are you staying? Why are you going back? Because I was the child. I was the child that would go in between my father and my mother. I was the child that was receiving the beating when my father would be beating my mother, standing in. I
Mm.
can imagine everything. I can picture, and I'm 33. I still remember Auntie B. So
Oh.
please, Sister Joy, please don't go back. If I cannot offer any help as of right now, but if she wants my number, if like Mrs. Umbasi was saying, if she for psychology, I'm not exactly, but for chatting, maybe just to talk,
Yeah.
I'm available. I can call,
Take
I
my
can check.
number, Bumi. Yeah. We are
I will
creating
take your
support
number.
groups. That's what we are doing
Yes,
now. We are creating support
please,
groups, little
please.
support
And
groups.
if thank you,
So the
Auntie. And
support
if
group
she
is not
wants
only
to move,
financial, is
okay,
encouragement,
okay,
is praying, is calling
okay,
each other, chatting with one another. I'm
great.
telling you, the last lady that came on
Yeah.
the show, oh my God, she sent me a message. She sent me a
Mm.
message yesterday. She said, Auntie B, I thank you. I thank you. Because it took a while for her to come. People are calling her, people who've been through the experience, they are supporting her, and through the show, she met somebody who is literally from her village. Her village and the other woman's village is not far. And the woman lives in the US. They
Mm.
connected now, they are talking frequently, they become close friends, they speak the same language. She feels so supported. So this is what we want. We want these little, support groups everywhere where we can support
Yeah.
one another. So please take my number, Bumi. And
Okay,
then,
I'll take a number. And I
yeah.
just wanted to mention something. Like the previous lady before me said, if she wants to move, I remember that other boss that called that was really really angry, saying that if she leaves that province, that it might disrupt her case about getting papers. I don't know, but if she wants to move, if that's the option, she can call shelters here, because I know, so I have friends that were in shelters and I were dealing with issues like that. And they
I don't
they
think
give you.
they say the laws are
Hmm?
different, so it's something that we probably need to find out if moving can
Yeah,
affect
yeah.
application. But I don't think
Okay,
if it's
yeah,
domestic violence, I don't know if it will. But that brother that called earlier on say he
yeah.
has some information, so
He
hopefully
sounds
we'll be able to talk to
enlightened.
him. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll talk to him,
yeah.
then we'll find out. Yeah.
Okay, I'll collect
Thank
your
you very
number. No
much.
problem.
Okay.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. Thanks, Bumi. Right. Okay. We are getting to it now. Guys, if you are watching this later on, please be your brother's keeper. Miss B, are you in the studio? What's your name on the studio, please? I want to add you. You are chatting with me privately here on the studio, but I don't know your name on this. Oh, yeah, this is you here. Okay, I got you. Hello, Miss B.
Hi, Obodoyibo. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
so I'm in Calgary, Alberta. So I can actually help Joy if she can move to Calgary. I can come there, pick her up,
Isn't
and
that
she
where she
can.
is at the moment?
No, she's in Edmonton. I lived there before for some years. She's in Edmonton. It's just 3 hours away.
Wow. Is there anywhere that's close in that country? Everywhere is like
This
hours,
place,
hours, hours away.
our brother, Canada is so big. It's so big in land size than America, so
So is
it's
it the
quite
same
big.
province?
Yes, it's the same province, but places are just far apart.
No, I mean like where she lives currently and where you are. Is that the
Yes,
same
yes, I
province?
am. Yes,
Okay. Do you have a room?
yes, I do.
Are you willing to offer?
Absolutely, I am.
Oh, thank you. Another lady has offered a room. Where are you from, Joy? Miss
Uh,
B, sorry.
I'm from Liberia.
Liberia. And do you live?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what?
Yeah,
Thank you
so
so much.
I have lots of friends that live in Edmonton. If she's not waiting to move in Calgary, I can actually connect her with people that I know that lives there that will be waiting to help her. I just need to talk to them,
Yeah.
and she can be able to live with one of, like, she's like a mother to me. When I live in Edmonton, she was quite helpful. I can
Does she
talk
have
to
a
her.
room? These
Yes, she
people.
do. Yeah, she,
So
yeah,
we are
because
promoting, we are
all
trying
her
to
kids are
promote.
grown, or like all her kids are grown and they have moved out of the house. She lived there alone. She's
Ah.
barely home, so I can call her and talk to her, and I'll
You
even
think she'll be
drive
open
there.
to it? Yeah.
Yeah, she will. She's a nice and helpful lady. She will be open.
Oh, God
Yeah,
bless
I
you,
can
Miss
drive
B.
there. I can drive there to Edmonton, let's say in 2 days, because I do Airbnb. I need to get my other places ready, and I'll be
Mm-hmm.
able to go there and meet up with her so she can meet this family and get to talk to them, and we can go from
Wow,
there.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you
and
so
also,
much.
yeah, and also the shelter, like somebody was saying, being in a shelter, they can help you and everything can go faster than you
Yes, yes,
expected.
yes.
So they do have so many help being in the shelter. Like they told her there's no place now available. There'll be
Mm-hmm.
places in the nearby town. If she's
Yeah.
waiting to move there, they'll have places available. And they'll assign people to her that will be able to work on her case to get the necessary document that she needs.
Okay, excellent. Take my number, please, Miss B.
Yes, I
Uh,
already did. I took your
Joy
number.
is listening. She's so
I already
happy
did.
now.
I'm
Oh,
going to
thank you so
contact you
much.
on
Yeah, please
WhatsApp.
contact me on WhatsApp. Yeah,
Yes, I
so
will.
I can get you together with her. Thank you so much, Miss B.
No
I
problem.
absolutely appreciate you. I love you very, very much. Thank
No
you. God
problem.
bless you. God will send you helpers when you
Oh,
need them.
God
Your
should bless you,
business.
Miss. God should bless you, Obodoyibo. You're doing a wonderful job. Like,
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
even know. Like,
you.
every day I pray for you. Honestly,
Thank
I
you.
pray
You
for you.
guys,
God should give you
I can't
long
do it
life,
by
good
myself. When
health.
I bring these ladies here, if not for people like you, what can I do? I can't come to Alberta. I can't come
But you, like,
to
if it wasn't
Canada.
you, if it wasn't you that presents your profile to use it for things like this, we wouldn't be
We
able to
thank
help.
God. Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss B. I'll chat with you soon. Thank you.
Okay.
I
All right.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you
God bless you,
so much.
sis. Wow. Wow. So two ladies have offered, they've got rooms. Miss B's own is even local, and she's even saying that if Joy doesn't want to move, that she's got a lady whose children are all grown up, she's got rooms. She's willing to drive down. Oh my, you see the kindness. You when you do this, you want me to cry. She's ready to drive down to go and help support her to talk to the lady and everything. But like we said, moving would be good. And she's saying that she's still within the same province. So moving, I'll talk to Joy later, but within these two, I'm sure we'll find a headway. We'll find a headway. Thank you so much. Jocks, babe.
Hello,
Good evening, Jocks, babe. What do you they
good
chop?
chicken and rice.
Sure.
Na
We just dey hear
so
you as they chop the chicken. I say it's sweet.
it's sweet oh. Na more your soup.
That be smart thing. What do you have to say?
In fact, God will bless you, Lady B, for everything you are doing.
Amen.
And I saw the pictures and the video from yesterday. In fact, God will continue to bless you
Amen.
and continue to strengthen you
Amen.
as God has placed you in a position to water somebody's garden. God will always water your own garden.
Amen.
In fact, this is a good thing. Now back to Joy.
Mm-hmm.
Joy, Joy,
Joy, how many times did they
Joy.
call
How
you?
many times did I call you?
I
Hey,
like this lady. She said, how many times did I
Joy,
call
Joy,
you?
Joy. How many times? Please, please, please live so that you can live.
Beef, yeah.
Please. You know, when I was listening to your stories, I just knew that this man is a psychopath.
Peace.
It's demonic. It's not a normal human being. How can somebody treat somebody like that? Please change your number.
Yeah, that phone
And
number change is very important.
yeah, and cut off every contact with his family. Anybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, please. And like one sister said that each time you are thinking of going back, just look at your child and remember the one in Nigeria. Because I tell you, next time you go back, it is not a case of you might not be lucky. You will not be lucky. Because the way that man is now is like a wounded lion.
Yeah. He
And
didn't
it's
want her to leave, oh.
yeah. And it's
Sis, if you saw the James Bond move we did for her to leave that day,
I had
I was
everything.
panicking.
Yeah. Next time is not a case of you might not make it out alive. You will not. You will not. Please, if you can move, move. Thank God, people, there are people available that are ready to help you to move, that are ready to give you a room. And if we have to contribute money, we will do it like always.
Amen. Thank
Please,
you.
please, change your number and just black out everybody. Anybody that cannot contribute, to your life positively,
Yeah.
they have no business being in your life.
Absolutely.
This is a case of life and death. If you don't want your children to suffer, forget that man. Please, I don't want to hear, what will people say? What will people say? What will people say?
What will
It
people
has
say
killed so
when
many
you are dead?
women. Yeah.
They will post a picture and say, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. It has killed so many women. Please, if you don't want me, myself, and by myself to come and beat you up, don't go back home.
Thank you.
Don't go back.
Oh, this
I'm
auntie is
advising you
funny.
like a sister, like a daughter. Please. Marriage should not define a woman. But because where we came from, the mentality is a warped mentality.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, please live so that you can live. I will
Amen.
donate my own token, and God will continue to look after you and your child.
Amen.
As
Thank
we
you
are
so much,
talking at
auntie.
this moment, please change your number and
Yeah.
black out everybody and remove yourself from any social media for now.
Yeah.
And I
Thank
pray
you,
that
ma'am.
they will give you your papers, you will be okay. Please, Regina Patapata, take a long walk and never come back to him again.
Amen.
God will bless you. Thank you, Lady B.
Thank you, ma. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much, auntie.
everything you are
I
doing.
appreciate you. You
Thank you
talk
so
like
much.
the way you talk, you just make me laugh because you talk like one of these. You say, "How many times did I call you? I will come there and beat you. If you don't listen, I will come there and beat you myself." Thank you, auntie. We really
Thank you
appreciate
very
you. You are a
much.
good mommy. We love you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, ma.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Uh, right. We are getting there. I got Mama G. Hello, Mama G. I hope this is not patience, Mama G. Oh. Mama G, unmute yourself. Ah. Mama G, you're on mute. Oh, I'll move on to another person. Let's move on to Kemi. You're on mute, Mama G. I can't hear you except you unmute yourself. Kemi, you're muted as well. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Hello, thank you, Auntie B.
Hello. You're
This is
welcome.
my first time. Thank you.
Ah, you're
This is
welcome.
my first time calling, but I've always
Okay.
been on your program. Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank everyone who has contributed and offered the room and support to Sister Joyce. I listed my points down so that I can be fast.
3 minutes.
The first thing is Sister Joyce needs to be focused in helping herself first. She needs to think about herself first and before she can give support to her kids, both the one in Canada and the one in Nigeria.
The
My
one in
next
Canada
point
is a baby, oh. It's a baby.
Yes. If she's not okay, that baby can never be okay. She needs to think about that. She needs to be okay. And then she needs immediate support system, somebody she can call each time she feels down.
Yeah.
I am offering myself to be a support in the UK because I'm currently in the UK. She needs someone she can talk to anytime she feels weary or scared or feeling like going back to her baby father.
Yeah. Can we
She
have
needs,
ladies, please? If you live in, the problem with that, Mama G, not that it's not good though. What you, Kemi, sorry, what you said is that support is going to be a bit difficult if you live in the UK because of the time difference, right?
yes,
It's
for
so
the UK,
difficult.
anybody who needs it in the UK, I'm offering myself, my
Yeah,
services to
if you live
deliver
in Canada,
anything.
you live in that province, because I didn't even know that they have different time zone in Canada. I was telling her that it's 2 o'clock, not knowing that Toronto time zone is different from
Ah,
Alberta. I'm telling
yeah,
you, the time zone is almost impossible to be able
yeah,
to talk to people in that
yeah.
place. So, ladies,
She,
especially the matured ladies, and the younger ones are very, very
mm,
wise. We need a support group around this young woman. Please contact me. My number is on the screen. We need to build a support group around her. She needs the
yes,
support.
she needs it
Mm,
urgently because that thing is be like she needs somebody, she needs him, she needs him.
yeah,
But if she
yeah.
has somebody, one or two persons that are strong that she can call anytime, that
Hmm.
even if you just to listen to her rambling, just talking, it will help her. She
Yeah,
needs that to boost her self-confidence.
absolutely.
Yeah, because she needs a sound mind. And the next point is that this man is a beast.
Hmm.
He doesn't view her as a human being anymore.
Hmm.
He's out for him to be able to pour hot food on her, use a hammer on her. He doesn't see her as a human being anymore.
Yeah. Left her, wanted to leave her in the expressway and you know the
So
kind of road they
yeah,
have in that place, not like this our tiny road in UK. Oh. They have really, really big expressway in those
yes, with
part of the world.
trees and forest all around. That man doesn't see her
Yes.
as a human being anymore.
Yeah, wanted
He's
to
not
abandon
about
her there.
that. He's
Mm.
human and he doesn't see her as human. So she
Yeah,
has to remember that the person she's thinking of running back to is not there to love her. He hates her. He doesn't
yeah.
see her as a human being anymore. He
Mm-hmm.
wants to destroy and break her.
Yeah.
So she needs to remind herself that this person she's thinking, because right now she's not stable
Mm-hmm.
mentally, financially. And that
Mm-hmm.
is what he's focusing on. He wants to break her so she cannot focus herself to get her papers.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows that she's getting towards that road, getting what he doesn't want to give her. She's getting it to another means. So he's trying to make sure that he gives her a bad record. That's why he's always threatening her with, oh, I'm going to
Call
call
immigration.
immigration for you and everything. So he doesn't want her to be focused. She needs
Mm-hmm.
to keep on reminding herself, and the support system should always want to remind her they should be that she shouldn't listen to any pastor. Those pastors, if you know what is happening in their own homes too, they're not stable.
Mm-hmm.
They're not stable. That support system is supposed to always remind her that that man doesn't see her as a human being, not to talk of a wife or baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
He's not stable and he wants to destroy and break her into pieces. That is what he's focused in.
All
She
right.
needs,
Thank you.
you can't go to a devil and say you want to love or
You want
she needs to
repentance.
stand. No,
Mm.
no way.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for this
much.
opportunity.
Thank you, Kemi. You're welcome. Thank you so much for your contribution. You're absolutely spot on about the support group. That is very, very important. If you saw what happened in London yesterday, you will know how important support group is. It's very, very important when somebody is going through or they've just come out of an abusive relationship like this. We need women and men who are, willing to help. Just a phone call. How are you? Are you okay? Have you eaten? Is the baby all right? People who can give advice. That's what I'm asking for. Some people cannot give money. And I understand that we all have our issue that we are dealing with. Please, if you cannot give money, give kindness, give love, give empathy. Okay? Mama G, unfortunately, your audio is still not on, so I cannot add you, but I've got you, Angel. Good evening, Angel.
Hi, um,
Hi.
I'm in America. I got your link today from a friend.
Ah, you're welcome, sis.
Thank you. I'm an abuse survivor too. Listening a little bit to the story, it's a little bit different from mine because I stayed longer. I pray. It was just in prayer that I'm here live talking to Joy today. And I want to thank everybody that I've listened to, especially you. I didn't want to come in because I'm an evangelist. And I was telling this person giving me this link that I want to go to TBN. He said, no, try to listen. I said, okay, I will try in the evening. So coming in, I am so, so blessed, and I thank God for you.
Thank you, ma.
Yes. And I will pray, I'll continue to pray for you that God will give you the grace to continue what you are doing.
Thank you, ma.
The truth is bitter, but truth and reality are different. But people don't know that. The truth is the truth. Reality is not the same with truth. Joy have to face the truth. It was when I faced the truth, I started seeing my surroundings. I started seeing the in-laws that I was serving. I started seeing that I was like, you know how Israel was in Egypt and they would put they would tax them in labor. I was in America for years. I cannot tell you what I have.
You have your life, my sister.
Yes, but what I mean, I'm trying to tell Joy. Look at me. It's God that kept me this way.
Amen.
By this week, I will be 50. I will be 53.
Wow.
But when I tell people, they don't understand, because I gave my life to God before I knew him. I married him. But in my case, I married him through a friend. I didn't really know him. So when I came, I tried to be good so that he would change. I lived it for 16 years. They don't change, Joy. They don't change. By the time I thought when I'm pregnant, maybe that is why he didn't want me to work. No, he was using us to make his money. His own sister that introduced me came to this America. I only spent $20 in the store to buy cereals because I was scared, even because since his sister was around, I decided to use it. He will give me the credit card. The church people will see that I have a credit card in my hand, but I can't use it. It's a problem.
The one in the church, the abuse in the church is worse. The brothers
Yes,
one.
I'm trying to talk to her because she said pastors come to talk to her.
Yeah.
Do you know how many pastors came to talk to me to close my daycare business, and I refused? And it turned that now nobody called me. I don't even care right now. My case is still in court. Yes, my own case now is I don't have the money to take a lawyer, but I'm not after myself. I'm after this Joy. I want to just beg you, please, don't go back. Every Monday, I have a prayer line. I minister to people, and this is my dream. What you are doing is the dream I have now. That I'm going to stand up for women, because I will give my life as a testimony to many. Because you will see this guy out there, nobody will believe that inside is something else, and nobody will believe me. So I know what Joy is trying to. I can't. When she was talking, I can see fear. I can see that she doesn't even know herself. I can see that she's not sure of what to do. She doesn't even know the system like me. Even right now, I'm getting to know the system. It was when I opened. It didn't want me to work, yes, but I found a way out to open this daycare when I knew I'm not going to have babies anymore. But immediately he found out I got a scholarship. He said, close it down. I said, no. It is because I stood up to do something. Now that is why it went out there to divorce me. I spoke out more than that. Is, if I didn't speak out, maybe that slap he gave to me in the daycare, that the students in the daycare have to call their parents, and police came. I didn't call the police, but the police came. He was already in the house. He didn't know. He was still cursing my parents, cursing me out. So what am I trying to say? I didn't come here to tell my story, but I'm coming to tell you that, Joy, please, I am crying for your life and that innocent child you are having. There is hope in future. The glory of the latter house is greater than the former.
Amen. Amen.
Let me let you also know something. God, you might think, oh, he doesn't talk. God is not mute. All these years, I'll be looking outside when will the day be dark. I'm here alone with my 3 kids. I have 7 pregnancies, but I have 3 alive with me. Who knows? It is now I'm realizing that it was both physical and spiritual I was being attacked, but I'm alive. Because prayers is the key. If you don't know God yet, know God. Give your life to God. He will comfort you.
Amen. Thank you so much, sis.
Yes. So I
Appreciate your
just came here.
contribution.
I just came to tell her that
Yeah.
yes, a support group is very important.
Yeah.
But for you, you have to know you. You have to be strong for you.
Yeah.
You have to talk to yourself. What do you want?
Yeah.
Please. I
Thank
just
you,
came to
sis.
beg you so that you will
Thank
be
you.
alive for those children.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Amen. Thank you very much, sis. Have a good evening. We
You too, ma.
appreciate you. God bless you, ma. Right, we're rounding up now, folks. We've done almost 3 hours. You know these stories. We try to make them brief, but it's almost impossible. Hopefully, somebody out there is going to watch this. And I always say to people, if you can't watch it at a row, because I know we live nobody is more busy than me. Okay, I don't think there's anybody that is busier than me. I am the queen of busy. I am the chief of busy. Okay, but I think it will bless you if you watch it now. You stop, then later on, when you are you are cooking, you watch. Just watch it when you are free. That's why I say, because the story is there's no way we can make it short. Mama G, you are back on the studio, but your mute is still on. You need to unmute your device, my sister, because I'm rounding up now, but I really want to hear from you. Your mute button is on, but unfortunately, I cannot unmute you because you have to do it yourself on your device.
Hi,
Okay,
I can
you've
hear
done it.
you now.
Can you
I
put your
can hear
YouTube
you now. Can
off?
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you need to put your YouTube off. We can hear your YouTube as well.
Oh, okay. Give me a sec. Don't know how.
Maybe that's why the mute button was on. You can't watch YouTube on the same device and be calling and be joining us. It won't work. It's like two rats. You cannot chase them at the same time. The two go run. So while we're waiting for Mama G to fix her mic, because her mic is back on, I want to thank everybody that came on tonight. Thank you very much for your contributions. Those who have reached out to Joy already, I know people are reaching out. I can see some cash app that's already been donated. Thank you so much, everyone. 4 people have given cash app donations. What we need is for her to get somewhere so she gets off that floor. We really, really need that ASAP. We need to get her off the floor. So 2 people have volunteered. One is local, one is in Toronto. So by the grace of God, going forward, I think we'll be able to make a decision if I talk to her and those ladies to see what's best going forward. All right.
Excuse me, Sister B. Are we
Yeah.
good now?
Yeah, Mama G, go on.
Okay,
We're
how are you
ending.
doing?
I'm fine, sis. 3 minutes, please. I need to end.
Yeah, I'll just say something briefly. Thank you
Okay.
so much for this group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to talk to Joy. I will advise her to make up her mind once and for all. Because she keeps going back and forth, by the time she knows it, her years is gone. I was in an abusive relationship emotionally, though, for
Mm,
years. I keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
mm,
Now, when I look back, I have that big regret in my life that I didn't take the decision I was supposed to take when I was supposed to take it. My
mm.
family advised me. Some of my friends did the same thing, but I didn't really pay attention to what they were telling me. I was being manipulated a lot and I fell for it. So the earlier she realizes what she wants and take the bold step, the better for her.
Yeah.
I live in Calgary. If I have anything, any assistance I can give, I'll get back to you. I don't have a spare room in my house. If
Okay.
I do, I don't mind telling her to come to Calgary.
Yeah.
But I live in the same province with her anyway. So she
All
should
right.
just make up her mind and know what she wants for herself.
All right. Thanks, Mama G.
You're welcome.
We appreciate that. Right. A lot of people are in Calgary, they are in Edmonton, they are in, local. And yeah, we appreciate all of you from Canada. We want to see that as individuals, like I always say, by the grace of God, as individuals, it might not be easy for you to offer to do much, but collectively, as a community, we can do a lot of good. Listen, Chinese people that they help themselves, Indians that they help themselves, all Asian people now so that they help themselves. Let us help ourselves, Africans. Please, we have one another. We can do a lot of good collectively. Please, don't come here with judgment. Don't come here with, oh, why you keep going by? Why you keep going by? Like I say, you never know what this abuse is until you are going through it. Whatever help you can render to Joy, do so with love. Remember, any help is like a seed you are planting, and if you sow, you will reap. It might not be you that will reap it, but your children will definitely reap it. So don't hold back. All right, please do not hold back in your generosity and in giving. Two ladies have offered accommodation. We're going to explore that. We'll talk to them on WhatsApp. I'll link them up to Joy, and we'll take it from there. But if you are watching this video after this stream is ended, and God lays it in your heart to help, even if it's just to call her to say, are you okay? If she's thinking of going back, you just remind her and say, think about your children. Don't you want to bring your son in Nigeria to Canada? Is it this man that doesn't want to see your son you want to go back to? Things like that would ginger her to say, I know, I can't. I need my son. Okay? We need a support. Black people, let us learn to support one another. Very, very important. The reason why our community, why our country is so scattered is because there's lack of love. There's lack of unity. Okay? We that live in diaspora can choose to make a difference if you want to. Okay? And I'm encouraging you, I'm begging you. This is a sister in need. She can be your sister. She can be your daughter. She can be your friend. The friends, so-called friends that she has in her life, they've let her down. As I'm concerned, those are not friends. If it's me, I will block them. But I cannot tell her what to do. She's an adult, okay? Let us help one another, okay? Thank you very much. You can reach me on WhatsApp. My number is on the screen. I might not be able to take your call, but if you WhatsApp me, and then we'll chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. Please give this video a thumbs up before you exit. And I shall see you on Tuesday with the next live. Thank you very much. Have you subscribed? If I do all this talking for 3 hours, you know, subscribe. Say not good. It's free of charge. YouTube subscription are free. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I've got to leave now. Peace. I'm afraid I've got to leave. It's 3 hours. Tomorrow is Monday. Okay. Let me go and see whether my people have eaten. My family, they don't eat before they will disown me. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely week ahead, and I will see you on Thursday, same time, Tuesday. I will see you on Tuesday at 7 p.m. on another live show. Okay, it's going to be another very, very insightful one. I'm not going to give you any Odu on that one, but it's loaded. We'll continue to do what we can to help as many people that are in need. If you are brothers, you are out there, and you need to come and share, you are welcome. Okay, it's all about learning and providing support. It's not only for women. I'm extending my invitation to all brothers who are out there too. They've been through or they are going through it and they need support, you need help, or you just want to share your experience because you've been through it for others to learn. You're welcome. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good evening or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Give this video a thumbs up. I love you guys very much, and I will speak to you on Tuesday, 7 p.m. UK time. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for all the super chats and all the Cash App donation for Joy. I will send it to her as soon as the show is over. Have a very good evening. I love you guys. Bye-bye.